I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fans on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the resolve. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who we caught up in using what I was taught with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while stenciling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawing. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena Horne. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, I'll cast it like hey ya.
Yo, party people in the place to be. What's good? It's your number one Chief Rocker Knicks Universe. Uncle Freezie in the building. Welcome to the premier Knicks in the Morning Time show. The Knicks Morning Drive. What's good? What's good? What's good? Sorry about the delay, man. Had a telephone call. Had to do some stuff. Y'all know what it is, man. Y'all know what it is, man. So I'm sorry about the delay, man. I was all set, ready to go. And then before you know it, man, something came up. And then I thought it was going to take all day, and it didn't. And so here I am, the dedication, man. The dedication to my people. What's good, y'all? What's good? Wilson Ding in the building. Sherwin, what's good? Chef NYK. What's good, party people? Yeah, man. So we're going to rock for a little bit, man. I'm not for sure how long. I'm going to just try to keep my energy up. Man, and rock with y'all, man. I want y'all to come through and rock with me, man. We got 1,000 questions we need to answer with no silliness. State is in the building. Yeah, right? I'm just expecting State to be dope, though. Y'all know what it is. State, you know what I'm saying? You know how we got to, State know how we got to keep these rails. We got to stay dope, bro. We can't be. Because here lately, bro, cats has been coming up, man, saying some wild OD stuff, bro. You know what I'm saying? So salute to my man State. The son of the legend, Kerry Cox, is in the building. The original DSJ is in the building. Justo11 is in the building. Will Salkin, my brother from another mother, is in the building. Me and Will Salkin and myself, all brothers. It's just, you know what I'm saying, he a little bit older than me. He took all the good looks and money when he came out and left all the rest for me. I'm still mad at Will Salkin. Will Salkin ain't left nothing in the womb for me. No, I was just joking, man. Salute to my guy, Will Salkin in the building. Yeah, man. Half Nation in the building. Yo, look who it is. Bro, what's good? You got your camera? We want to see you, bro. You at home? He jumping up. He ain't even ready. How you jumping up and you ain't even ready, boss? What's good, man? There he go. There he is. He on the way. There you. That's my brother. What's good, boss?
Yo, what's up, yo?
Hey, it's good to see you, man.
Oh, good. What's
I
up,
see
man?
you blowing up, bro. You're gonna be on network TV in a little while.
Yo, you funny. I'm feeling good. I had to be up early today anyway because I'm about to transfer out of my position at work, and I'm about to be in a new job position. So that's why I'm up early today. But I seen you running a pod, so I said, "Yo, let me jump on Freezie pod, man. Let me see what's up with the OG, man."
Yeah,
and,
man. Appreciate you.
And I got a live stream Thursday, so I hope you join join in, man. I'm gonna send
I
you
hate
the
I
link.
missed the last one. I hate I missed the last one, bro. I just had something. I had a customer with me the last time. And so you know how cats be like, yo, I only need like 2 minutes, and then it'd be like 2 hours.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know how that.
I got a couple questions for you before you get into it.
Yeah, what's up, man?
Yo, you satisfied with the direction that the front office is headed towards the trade
Yo,
deadline?
yo, I said this on my pod. I've been saying this on Knicks Twitter. A lot of Knicks fans been battling me about it. I'm in championship or bust mode right now.
Me too.
When and what I mean by championship or bust mode is you traded all my kids. You traded all my kids, bro. You're about to trade Grimes. I need Grimes out of here, right?
Right.
And when you picked the direction, you gave me clarity, right?
Yep.
So what I mean by clarity. Sorry about the background. Obviously, I'm not working. Shit. What I mean by clarity is you basically said to a person like me, a Knicks fan, seasoned Knicks fan, by the way, now, because I feel like I'm seasoned. Once you 20 years plus in, you're seasoned. You said to me, hey, State, fuck development.
Right.
Excuse my language, my fault. I'm thinking I'm on my show. Goddamn.
Nah. What they saying is we should have beat the Heat. The
Yes.
kids wasn't ready.
Yes.
Right? And if we face them again, this time we're gonna be ready with some veterans.
Yes. And since you traded the kids, my mindset now is okay. Oh, good morning. My mindset, yo, OG, what's up, yo? Sure, I'm good, man. Since you traded the kids, my mindset now is go win now.
Right.
And I haven't been in this mindset since 2013. And a win now mindset to me is go win a championship.
Right.
Because once you traded RJ and quickly, you signaled to me, hey, we're building around Randle. We're building around Brunson. So since you signaled that to me, my signal back to the fan base is, oh, championship or bust. I expect nothing less because 4 years down the line, 5 years. I'm thinking about down the line, right? In 2025, you got to pay Brunson and Randle the same offseason. And 4 years from now, RJ is going to be 27. And 4 years from now, Julius Randle, good morning, man.
Good morning.
In 4 years from now, Julius Randle going to be 33 years old. What have you accomplished?
Right.
Besides trading the kids for you to get a championship? You can't sell me on, oh, well, we got one finals appearance. What does that do for me? I don't give a shit about that. We're on a 51-year title drought. I watch and certain fans, like, I think sometimes like they miss the fact, like, I'm a Knicks content creator. You're a Knicks content creator. So the mental strength that you need to have is kind of different from the average fan. I had to sit through a 17-win season with you, by the way, when me and you was calling for Zion, calling for RJ. We had to sit through that season and make up consistent BS in order to feed and appease people that watch me and your show all the time or listen to us all the time on audio.
Yeah, because the fans, no disrespect to the fans, but a lot of fans don't know what the hell they're talking about, for one.
I mean, you can also...
and two, right? They get so emotionally involved in stuff that they just blurt out random shit to make themselves look like idiots.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And then on top of that, they'll be like, well, Uncle Freezie, you know what? You know what I'm saying? That's how I was feeling. Was I right? No. It's content creators. Like from the content creation standpoint, man, the main thing I do is try to speak to what's on the basketball court from what I see. Do these pieces fit? Right? Do these pieces fit? Are we running certain systems? What are we getting out of these systems? Are we running actions that counter what the defense is doing? Do we have the personnel to do so? Do we have talent? And a lot of times, bro, in that space that you was talking about, we just didn't have the
No.
talent.
And
What's up, Mets?
not much. I mean, and if you want to make his argument about the 2018-19 season even more valid, think back to the 2014-2015 season. We were basically going through a BS regime change where the team got racked with injuries, bad trade decisions, and a slew of losing droughts to the point fans wanted the heads of the front office personnel, Phil Jackson specifically. Going into the 2015 draft, everybody wanted the cat. We ended up getting KP instead because once again the lotto gypped us. Instead,
Yeah, we fumbled the bag on that though. That wasn't in my mind. If we developed Kristaps Porzingis right now, he would have been better than Karl Anthony Towns. And in my mind, right now, depending on how you feel about Porzingis and maybe outside factors and all that stuff, I don't care. What I'm saying is on the court, the first thing should have been get that man a veteran point guard, right? Just get that man a veteran point guard that can help that man develop. Derrick Rose was here, and Derrick Rose wouldn't even pass to him. But man, my bad. I didn't mean to hijack your point, man. Go ahead, bro.
Did any of the point guards want to help KP that we had? Whether it was Calderon, Rose, Jennings, or whoever. No, the guys would hardly ever pass to him. The only one I think that would, whenever applicable, was either Galloway or whoever. But the point is, we should have been screaming for heads as early as 2014-15. You know what I mean? Because with how bad that team was under the Jackson regiment, it was so unbearable that people were wanting not just Jackson's heads, but the heads of his yes-men coaches, but also they wanted Dolan's head. Dolan, being the overkill people pleaser he was, decided to finally get rid of Jackson 3 years too late as an attempt to limit damage control. But even then, damage was done. And then we bring in Fizdale. And what's he do?
Hold on, Mets. Hold on. State had a point that he was talking about, like in terms of the direction right now. In terms of the history lesson, we can get back to that. But what I'm saying is, I think my man right now is saying today the Knicks front office have given you the an inside look on what they want to do.
Yes,
right now they're saying
clarity.
that these kids ain't it. We want to win right now.
And
we feel like we are closer than what a lot of people on the outside think.
Yes.
And so I think they're going to make some win now moves. They basically are telling you that.
But let me be clear. Don't give me Bruce Brown.
Right.
I don't want D'Lo.
Right.
I don't want Jordy Clarkson. I don't want Alec Burks. I don't want none of these bench pieces that management is talking about. This is why I've been very loud on Twitter, because I know management, they see all of this. They know what we want. Don't sell me on Bruce Brown after you traded RJ Barrett and Quickly. You can't sell me on that. The only thing you can sell me on now is winning a championship. So what helps you win a championship? Dejounte Murray. You need another playmaker. You know you need another playmaker, because if you go in the playoffs with just Randle and Brunson, I don't think we're going to get out the first round. Right. Every season is different. Teams scout for you differently. I'm just under the don't waste Randle and Brunson sentiment. Good afternoon, miss. I'm under the don't waste Randle and Brunson sentiment, man. I watched this team waste Carmelo Anthony's prime. I don't want it to happen again. And that was in my early 20s.
You in prime? Yeah.
Waste their primes. You had Patrick Ewing, a generational talent. You did not go get that man, Mitch Richmond. Why? It's like right now. You got Jalen Brunson. People talking about, oh, well, Dante DiVincenzo, he's shooting a career high from 3. So what?
Right.
You want a championship, or you want to just?
You know why he's shooting a career high from 3, right?
I know why.
It's because you don't have to work. The shots are tailor-made for him And so
Yes.
if you got Randle Taylor making shots for you, Brunson Taylor making shots for you, what happens when those dudes have off nights? When Brunson has an off night, it affects 4 different people. It's not just Brunson having an off night, it's the 4 people that he hook up every night. Right? It's like if Santa Claus got a flat tire. If Santa Claus got a flat tire, it's gonna be a bunch of kids ain't getting no gifts. You know what I'm saying? In that type of sense. The thing with Randle, when Randle has an off night, all those shots, man, that you saw the Deuce McBride knockdown threes where he looked so good, he looked so smooth. He didn't create those on his own. Those are kickouts from Julius Randle. Right? We need to get another guy in here that's gonna be
Yeah,
that
man.
playmaker, facilitator.
Yeah,
You
and
know
they
what I'm saying?
talking about your OG man, Bruce Brown. Why? You want to win a championship? You traded RJ in quickly. I don't want to hear about Bruce Brown. Then what
Yeah,
was
my one thing about Bruce Brown is he did play point guard at Miami,
yeah,
right?
but
So
I'm not.
but he's
Mm-mm.
every time y'all say RJ Barrett, my pit bull start barking, bro.
I understand that. I respect it, but you hitched your wagon to Randle. I don't want to hear about Bruce Brown while
What happened to
Randle
my
was fine.
theme music, my nigga? What's up? What's up, Freezie?
Yo, come on, yo, Harlem dudes be the Harlem
No, I
dudes
ain't
is
no. Hey,
obvious,
first of all, I'm
bro.
not from Harlem.
Yo,
I'm
you
from
can't
Brooklyn.
come in without
I'm
theme
from
music.
Brooklyn. Yeah, like what's up? Like, yo, what's up?
Yo, we gotta
good,
start the
everybody?
conversation. So let's start the conversation all over again. Y'all scratch it from the record and then
Like you on the beat.
Yo, King Ribby, I played the
good,
intro. You better
everybody?
be dope, bro. All I'm saying, you better because if you whack, man,
Yeah.
you better be dope.
Yo, salute
Hey,
everybody.
go ahead, finish your point, state, man. My bad.
I was just saying, like, the Knicks, when it comes to like right now, they need to go win a chip, bro. They need to go and solidify their
I'm with you.
thought
I'm with you
process.
on it. I'm with you on it. But here's the thing that I'm asking you.
Mhm.
Is just the Dejounte Murray's not going to be a Knick. The Lakers and Falcons, the Lakers and Hawks basically already agreed to trade him, right? What I'm asking you is there an alternative? Is there somebody else that you'd be interested in?
Yo, honestly, like, this is when I start accusing Leon Rose of being a drug addict. Because when you have Julius Randle and Jalen Brunson doing what they're doing now, how
Right.
can you let the Lakers outbid you when you have more first round picks than the Lakers? So my next question to Knicks fans when they have this argument with me, because the argument be, oh, well, you don't want to give up, unprotected picks, blah, 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 blah. Okay, cool, no problem. Who you saving the picks for?
Good question.
Who you saving them for? Don't tell me you saving picks for Joel Embiid. No, ew.
Donovan.
That's
Right.
stupid. Don't tell me you saving picks for Paul George. Ew, that's stupid. The only way you're saving unprotected picks is for a player who's better than prime Carmelo Anthony. So, who's a player in a year from now or this summer who's better than prime Carmelo Anthony? There's only probably one player, I think, in the NBA. One, that's obtainable, that I think is better than prime Carmelo Anthony. And that player is Luka Doncic. So if you're saving picks for Luka, then by all means,
Cool, by all means.
you keep telling me, nah, I don't want to trade unprotected picks. Cool, if you're saving them for Luka. But if you telling me, oh, I don't want to trade unprotected first for the sake of not trading them, then what is your plan? because OG and Anunoby is not enough, bro. I hope they don't think OG and Anunoby and OG and Anunoby averages 11 points in his playoff career. What the fuck? Like, what is the Knicks thinking? What's they thinking?
So there is no alternative in your mind if you don't get Dejounte Murray.
If you get DeMar DeRozan, that's cute. But my next question to you is, if you don't win a championship and you traded Quentin Grimes and Evan Fournier for DeMar DeRozan, my next question is, who is that big superstar you've been waiting for years?
If that question is to me, that question that you asked, if it's to me and not rhetorical, I'm asking you, who is Quentin Grimes? Who is Evan Fournier?
But then I shoot it back to you and I say, okay, you asked me who is Quentin Grimes, so why you didn't like Quentin Grimes?
Because I'm gonna jog your memory just real quick. You remember we lost in Game 6 to Miami, right?
Yeah.
Do you remember the last New York Knicks to get a shot up against Miami in that series?
I think it was Grimes.
It was Grimes. We were down by 4, and he had a wide open look for 3. He was so wide open, everybody was shocked, and he shot an air ball that drifted off to the left. It was such a bad shot. He was so nervous that the Heat laughed after they got the rebound.
Yeah, that like and it's
they played that man. And Cat's been playing Grimes since day one, since he been here.
But you held Grimes untouchable for Donovan Mitchell, but then you trade RJ and quickly for a worse player. They absolutely got to win.
But State, those are two different things. Like I agree with you. I think they should not.
That's the same.
No. What I'm saying, it's two different things, in that the front office held them out of the trade. They should have done it, right? But then the second part is, if you Quentin Grimes and you know they held you out, you should have been stepping up. And he was not.
But stepping up, you're asking Quentin Grimes to give you 26-year-old numbers. You get what I'm saying? You're asking him to give you Dante DiVincenzo production when he's not that caliber of player yet. So when I say win now, you traded all the kids, go win now. Because if this fails, the first question I'm gonna ask Knicks Twitter, Uncle Freezie, is, why didn't you guys tank during the COVID season? That's the first question. You know I'm gonna ask that question.
Right.
Because the Raptors right now, Freezie, ain't the Raptors me and your COVID season team? You see quickly RJ and Scotty Barnes. All they need is a center, and they got max cap space. Yeah, okay.
Hey,
hello. Yes.
Yeah, I'm with you. And the thing about where we are is the Dejounte Murray thing, it appears, is not happening, right? The Lakers already agreed to the framework. Atlanta just don't want D'Angelo Russell, right? So
is that real?
Huh?
Is that real? Like that's
real. Yeah.
Yo, so the Knicks really, this team. So they traded quickly and RJ for $1 and a dream.
Yeah, but they didn't get the drink.
Here's my problem with this approach. It always seems that this team is taking the route of a get-rich-quick scheme. You know what I mean? I'm sure Stay in New York of the Nick podcast would agree with me in that assessment. Would you, sir?
I can't agree with that, actually. I feel like that's more of like the Nets. The Nets are more like a get rich quick because they've always banked on like just getting a lot of talent and just seeing how it works. Where like with us, it's always been like it's been like small steps. It's never just been like the home run. It's always been like the small steps to try to get to something bigger. But with us, it's like we can see that there's a bigger picture, but they're like, yeah, we'll get there. Just give us time. But we're like, yo, we didn't give a lot of time to you guys already. We kind of want to see that move already. Like you see, like the Lakers, when they got LeBron there, everybody knows once LeBron is there, you gotta win every year. But it's like with us, it's like we have to kind of like take these small steps. I'm not that mad about them trading RJ IQ. I get it. Of like, you guys got to the playoffs.
It's not about IG. It's not about RJ and quickly. It's about putting a young young guys in place building for the future, and then you getting rid of those pieces to win now. My question for State is though is if you can't get Dejounte Murray, then what is the plan B? If there is no plan B, if you hear the Knicks, if the plan B is that the Knicks are gonna recalibrate and try to trade for a star during the summer, then you already know that there was no plan B because that's always their plan when they fail.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Every time they fail at something, the narrative always reverts back to, well, they have their eyes on the disgruntled star from somewhere that's going to be such and such and such, and the Knicks have a million picks and such and such. If that's the case, then what I'm going to warn y'all about, right? I'm going to warn all you Knicks fans that if the Knicks don't have a plan B, they're going to use a recycled narrative to feed you to make you think that they're still working when they're actually not. Right? Because this has been our habitual refurbished rewound narrative every time they fail at something, then the target shifts to trading for a superstar during the summer and we never do it. This is what 8 years in a row that we're going to trade for somebody's star. Are we going to sign Kevin Durant in free agency? Is LeBron going to come here and give us a visit? I mean, it's the same stuff over and over and over again. And the only guy that you got that was not on the radar, the only guy that this franchise got that was not on anybody's radar in that whole decade full of we're going to go get somebody is Julius Randle. Julius Randle was the only player that was not on the radar. Jalen Brunson, there was rumors about Jalen Brunson before he even signed. Right? We knew Jalen Brunson was coming. Right? They had already had something hooked up. But what I'm saying is when it's the Knicks versus another NBA front office, we never win. And it's all State of the New York Knicks podcast fault.
Well,
Good afternoon.
I was getting at, even in small increments, it still feels like a get-rich-quick scheme with this team. And the chip damage eventually does add up to where it just comes crashing down. Get what I'm saying, Uncle Freezie?
I'm not sure. You got to elaborate on that one.
I'm only saying that for years we've tried to build through the draft. And for years, it's failed. So what do? Fall back on free agent and trade signings at the expense of draft capital. And time and again, it's proven to be a disaster. I know.
How did it fail? Because it didn't fail in my eyes.
For drafting?
That's in your eyes.
Because all you had to do, if you draft Julius, buy again. Buy. If you draft Julius if you draft Obi Toppin, you trade Randle. That's the simple logic. We gotta
He didn't.
like when you draft RJ Barrett, you gotta trade Randle because RJ Barrett needs.
We didn't have Randle on the team when we drafted RJ the way we did.
We did.
You're breaking up, Steve.
You're breaking up.
Like my fault, yo.
But then again, this whole team for years.
Hey, State, you breaking up bad, boss.
Yeah.
I was trying to say, but at time, and when we get those pieces with big egos,
my bad.
It devolves this team from a unit that's meant to work for the benefit of the whole into a meritocracy hell bent on getting the brass ring at any and all costs.
You know, only thing I can say though, like with the draft has been poor because like obviously like we're not the Orlando Magic, we're not the Timberwolves, we're not over here picking these guys who are leading the team, but we are still one of the better teams in the in the East and actually in the league. So I don't want to like sit here and really just kind of like trash Knicks on that because we like we all can look and say we're like one move away. So I can't really sit there and like trash this team too much because I feel like when I have to, well, at this point, we got to kind of let things play out. Like, I was gonna just ask everybody, how would you guys feel if they say, you know what, like obviously, like this point, Dejounte's kind of he's going to the Lakers, like it's kind of set. How would you guys feel if they went and was like, you know what, let's get like Jordan Clarkson and Kelly Olynyk?
Nope.
I'm
No.
talking about.
Good afternoon,
I'll be
everybody.
fine. I'll be fine with that. Because I'm talking about next season. I want that big fish.
Fair enough. Same.
Good afternoon, everybody. I just was trying to let everybody get their take.
Cowboy Bob is in the building.
How you guys doing, man? Good afternoon. Buenas tardes, mi amigos. ¿Cómo vas? See, so you guys actually, I was just letting y'all cook, letting y'all talk, but I actually think that you guys already hit the point that I was gonna bring up. I honestly think that this team, the way it is, and the way the Knicks are, they're not gonna make another risk because they already shown that we're gonna give up our young talent and go ahead and look towards the future, which is anywhere between this year and next year. I think this year what they're gonna do is solidify their back. Like what they need is basically a backup core. They're gonna solidify it now and then look towards the future. And then hopefully, I'm not saying that we are, but I'm saying hopefully if we make it to the Eastern Conference Finals, nobody can really say nothing if we don't make that big move and say it's a failure because we have improved each year. So that's what I see them doing because it's the safer option because as right now we can be any
Yeah,
of the top teams.
that ain't what State was talking about though. You're talking about a different topic. Your state was saying
Go ahead,
your state was saying something different. He was talking about trading away the young core, going all in for a championship, and that the moves that should be made after that should be in line with the message that they're sending to Knicks fans. You know, so the message they're sending to Knicks fans is not this young core wasn't good enough. We're going to create another young core. The message that they're sending to Knicks fans is the young core wasn't ready. You know what I'm saying? We're ready to go into battle, so to speak. Those young kids weren't ready, so we are preparing ourselves with guys that are. And because I understand what you're saying about moving the young core, you know what I'm saying? In that sense, you're talking about moving the young core and then maybe building in with another young core and blah, blah, blah. And bringing in.
No.
Oh, but no, I hear you. I hear you. Don't cut me off. I hear you. I hear you. I heard you. You know what I'm saying? The thing is I know because what you're saying is for the next year or two. The point that State was talking about is right now. Right now. There was and so it State, am I right? By moving the kids, they're saying they're ready to roll right now, right?
Yes. And shout outs to my job, man. They just extended the new offer, so I'm about to move up at work. Like everything is going beautifully. I'm in a great mood. Thank you. I'm in a great mood. I want the Knicks to win a chip, man, because I'm writing an article today about Julius Randle and my journey with him and Knicks fan for the past 5 years with him. And I think me personally, I believe in him more than a lot of Knicks fans. I've been to bus for the past.
That is breaking news.
Nah, me too.
Breaking news.
Because you gotta think about it. When you coddle, you're not supposed to coddle your kids that you're going to be great. I don't coddle Randle at all, but I would love for him to win me a championship so jersey can hang up in the Raptors. I think everybody should want that, right? Like I don't care about the back of the jersey. I care about the front.
Okay.
A lot of people think that me calling Randle trash for a couple of years is me hating Randle. I think it's me holding him accountable. He's my team's best player. Okay. So yeah.
State, may I ask you something? Because you just said something about Randle. What happens if the Knicks this year don't do so well, but next year win a chip? Is that still successful with the trades that we had with RJ and Quickly? Excuse me.
Absolutely not. That's not successful. Once you traded RJ and Quickly, it's to the point. I don't even want Tibbs fired. Good morning, miss. I don't want Tibbs fired. I want to stay here and finish his job that he's done. You traded my kids to appease the coach. I want him to get a ring. I want him to get a ring, bro. That's it. Here, Tibbs, it was pointless in trading RJ. If you trade Randle, it was pointless in trading RJ and Quickly. Like, and that's where I'm at with it. So they got to see.
I agree with you. I agree with you because if you making those moves to make a point, then that's your point. You want to win a chip now. But I just like I said with what's going on now, I just see it next year. I don't see it for this year.
So I have a question, guys, real quick. So seeing that obviously that like the goal is to win it all. What's the expectations going into this year for this team? Like, what do you think? You say this is the bare minimum. Like, we should be here. Anything less is just failure.
I say Eastern
Like the
Conference
bare
Finals.
minimum.
Yeah. So, what do you say? Are you saying? Are you asking what should we do pre-apocalypse and what should we do post-apocalypse?
Yes.
Or what the expectations are?
Yes, I'm asking for. Yeah.
I'm not sure. What do you think, Mets?
Either
Yo.
way, but as far as I'm concerned, I'm not a fan of the win now mentality, to be perfectly honest, is what I was trying to get at.
I'm with bro who's speaking right next to me in the left box. I'm not with the win now mentality either, but they picked a direction and that gives me clarity, so I'm comfortable with it. I just want them to see it through. That's all. Give them the best opportunity to win a championship. I go to the grave Freezie knowing that they tried to at least win a championship instead of them half-assing. So that's how I feel about it.
Only saying, the more they continue to go down this road, the more it's going to infuriate the fans. And the more it's going to infuriate the fans, the more the fans are going to turn on the team. And the more they turn the team, the lower the revenue will be at the Garden. To the point where James Dolan will pull his head out of his rear and sell the team and possibly, worst case scenario, ship him out.
Yeah, that ain't happening. That's not real.
Bro, even in our worst seasons, we sell out. Like,
The Knicks can win 4 games and you can barely get a ticket, bro. That's the reason why that's the reason why he moved like that.
No, Freezie, I don't want nobody traded, bro. They must see this through. I'm not trading Randle for Embiid.
I understand. I understand where you're going. But my thing is that the Knicks have outlined their plan, right? And basically how they feel is they felt like they should have beat Miami, right? Because a lot of the dudes that was in that Miami series, Derrick Rose, Obi Toppin, RJ Barrett, Emmanuel Quickly, a lot of those dudes, they not even here.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? The Knicks feel like they need to upgrade, and to be honest with you, I think the report of a few people in the Knicks front office that are saying that they traded those kids because they were soft is true. I think that's how they feel. Now, do I agree that some of those kids were soft? No, I don't. I think a couple of the kids are soft, right? I don't think the whole group of kids were
like
soft.
Who?
Obi.
Like who?
Obi, Grimes.
How was Obi and Grimes soft? When I watched Julius give me recession white man stats in the playoffs, a man from the 1950s named Bulimia Smalley. Are you kidding? If anybody's soft, it's that man. If anybody's soft, it's Tibbs and his coaching. That's who's soft. So
if anybody, bro, I'm telling you, State, I seen these dudes in person, bro. I saw this dude get punked in Memphis, bro. I saw the softness in his eye. I saw Obi live in person back down in Memphis, Tennessee, bro. You can't tell me that this dude is hard, bro. I saw it myself. If I had read it in the article, I'd have been like, okay, maybe State right. But then I saw it in Orlando, bro. I seen Quentin Grimes get punked by Banchero in Orlando. Me, Greeny from LI, Adam, Classic Man that be in the chat. We all saw Grimes back down from a dude smaller than him in Orlando, bro. we saw, we was watching live the MLK game when Scotty Barnes was in that man's face. This dude is so we saw the Cleveland playoff game where the Knicks trainer was dabbing this dude's mouth with the cotton ball and he was wincing up like she was trying to shoot him with a needle. It's a cotton ball. It's a cotton ball, B. It's a cotton ball. Bro, you ever felt a cotton ball, man? This dude was wincing up state. I don't know if you work in a medical profession or not, but I'm gonna give you an inside look, bro. I'm gonna give you a inside track, bro.
I'm in the medical.
A cotton ball. You can barely feel a cotton ball on your hand, sir. And this dude was getting dabbed with a cotton ball and was about to faint.
I can ask you a question, Freezie.
No,
Randle not soft?
I'm not on trial, bro.
Randle not soft?
Randle not soft.
The playoffs.
Randle not soft.
That playoff game, he wasn't soft?
He missed a game and a half. He was hurt, and he played through it, so that's not being soft. And if you look at Obi Toppin, when he was with us, most of his highlights and most of his high-flying scoring is on smaller guys. And
bro,
against Miami,
the whole thing
was soft.
And the whole thing that the mere fact that you're trying to switch the blame on Randle instead of the other kids means them kids is soft.
No,
RJ not we know RJ not soft. RJ ain't banking down for nobody, but he don't talk either. You know what I'm saying? Quickly don't back down from the Quickly, probably the most mentally tough out of all of them, right? The way they did Quickly is a shame, right? But Grimes, bro, come on, bro. Grimes came up with a mysterious shoulder injury in the Cleveland series. You don't even know how he got hurt. And then he missed them games. And you like, we don't even know how you got hurt. Bro, the last game Grimes played in, Grimes got hurt in the game. This last game
I gotta go, Freezie.
And you don't even know how he got hurt.
All
right, boss.
Have a good one, Mets.
Yeah, you don't even know how that man got hurt. So when somebody say, and then they know, bro, Cowboy Bob, the dude came back. You remember last year before when Cam Reddish was the starter at shooting guard? Remember that when they were starting Cam Reddish and RJ together? You know the reason why Cam was starting, right? Because Quentin Grimes showed up to training camp in a walking boot. We don't even know how he got hurt. Bro, we don't even know how that man got hurt. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. I'm saying there's some validity to it. I don't think RJ soft. I don't think Quickly soft. But I saw Obi look shook on the free throw line. All Obi had to do was knock down them 2 free throws, and it was a tie game, and he was shook.
That man was shaking.
Or hustle down a loose ball.
All right, man. We'll see Tibbs in the playoffs, man. Let's see if Tibbs is shook, man. All this extra.
But what I don't understand is this: how y'all judge Tibbs? Tibbs, since he's been a Knicks coach, has been progressive the entire time he's been here. And when he was with, you should care, because in the last 4 years, he's the most productive coach we've had.
I don't care about that. I don't compare Tibbs to coaches. You do. I compare Tibbs to his contemporaries, and I compare Tibbs his playoff record. You know, Tibbs is the only coach in NBA history that has 5 wins, who has a playoff record of 31-41 at 41%. Like, I don't care about his regular season accolade. I don't care. He won during COVID. Brother, I work in a hospital. I watch millions of dead bodies roll past me in 2020. Kobe Bryant died the day after Please do not sell me on Tom Thibodeau when it comes to like playoff success, because both of the times he got to the playoffs, his team was bottom 5 in field both times. So I don't care. I don't care.
So you don't care. You don't care about any of his.
Hey, State, we moved the goalposts. The goalposts move again. What we were talking about though is the trade deadline.
We're talking about the trading deadline and Randle and Ted. Just
trade
them trying to progress,
trading kids and preparing for this stretch run. And I told you that the Knicks may not get Dejounte Murray because the Lakers and Hawks agreed in principle to a trade already.
Yes.
And so if there's no plan B for the Knicks, then why did you trade RJ in the first place?
It was pointless, and this is why, like, when fans tell me, "Oh, State, wait until the who am I waiting in the off season for? I'm not waiting for
Nobody.
Paul George. I don't
Nobody.
want Joel Embiid. I don't want Devin Booker. None of these names that is prime Carmelo Anthony. So what are you saving unprotected picks for when you're gonna go in the draft and kick the can down the road? I seen a Knicks fan today, the 2022 draft. You know, we could have had Jalen Williams. You know, Jalen Williams this month alone is averaging 21 and 6, 40+% from 3, 45+% from the free throw, from field goal range, and 80+% from the free throw line. Is y'all fucking, don't sell me on, oh, you know, Eastern Conference Finals. These dudes traded out of back-to-back drafts. They believe in the coach. They believe in Randle. Chip. If you don't give me a chip, all of this trading the kid shit means nothing. And then that's when I go on a 3-year rant on Knicks Twitter when I become famous, because I'm gonna just go on the timeline every day and just shit on management every day until they're fired. You can't fire Tibbs right now. No way. Because traded the kids. See it through. That's where I'm at.
Cowboy Bob, how do we fix this, bro?
To be honest with you, we gotta
But
strengthen our backcourt.
let me tell you what this is, because when I say how do we fix this, I want to be specific on the thing that needs to be fixed. So how do you fix a scenario where you trade guys for a guy in hopes that you get a guy, and then you don't get the guy and you don't have a backup plan? So how do you fix that? Do you just go out and get a bunch of veterans and make a real playoff run? Or do you trade for a young talent like Herb Jones from the Pelicans that helps you in the short term and long term?
At this point, the way fans have been coming towards and everything, I think the first one is the best choice. Make a solidified run to the playoffs and try to win it now with the vets, because that's where they're struggling most. Because if you go for the younger athlete, this season or next season isn't promised, but at least this year we know we have an easier run with the veterans and how good we can play against the top teams. So right now, our best chance is now, not the future. So as far as I think, that's what I think we should do. Get veterans, get the guys we need to make the deep run past the Eastern Conference Finals. Because at least if it fails, we still got the draft picks. We got deep enough in the playoffs, and that one piece we get is going to push us over the top. Sort of like how Magic was with the Lakers. They were a championship competitive team, but they never won. But then once he got there, either through a draft or we find a player, it'll be enough for us to be happy.
That's fair enough. I'm not really mad at that.
I'm just saying, like, I honestly think that we have a chance to, like, if we make it to the Eastern Conference Finals, that's it. The Knicks is just gonna, but we need to solidify our back front court, and we need to make sure these guys are healthy. Because expecting Brunson to do what he did against the Raptors, I mean, I know it's garbage points, but he didn't need to do that in the fourth quarter. Certain things we got to start fixing.
I'm not too upset with that argument. I mean, with this team, I feel like obviously now the depth is a problem, because we could tell, like, when our starters sit, there's like an obvious gap of like offense that that's not being picked up. Because I feel like a lot of people don't understand. Jalen Brunson went into the playoffs and he did something that superstars do, and that's elevate his game. He went against better, better schemes, better talent. He just elevated. And we haven't even seen Julius Randle really go into the playoffs healthy with a good team and be on that same level. And now with our RJ there, the offense isn't as cluttered. Because now we can see now the offense looks a little better. It's more fluid. So I'm like, this year, I think this is going to be the year where people are going to kind of, like, us, the Knicks, they're going to do it. And I feel like we're going to just kick the door open, honestly. Like, in my opinion, I think if we can be a top 3 seed, then we go into the finals. I think if we can bypass Boston and I have to see that like because the only thing with Boston I'd hate is just the ceiling when they're hot. But if we can bypass anybody else, I mean them and get to anybody else, I think we're good. I think we go to the finals. And then seeing the team in the West, I think we can compete with anybody. I have that much belief in this team, but that's only if they can go and get that bench depth, and kind of add something extra. Like me, I love a guy who can facilitate and kind of get Brunson open for shots, like in Randle, because have your star players get wide open shots makes the game so much easier for them and then everybody else. But it's on management. It's on management. No, that's all I can say. It's on management.
I think the plan B, Cowboy Bob. Hey, Cowboy Bob, you mind helping me co-host?
Sure.
All right, we just got to make sure everybody stay on topic, bro, because you know how cats like to hijack a topic, bro.
I got you.
Know what I'm saying? They'll be like, yo, I know you're talking about peanut butter, but my lawnmower. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You got to help cats stay on topic, man.
You said lawnmower and peanut butter. I got you.
Yeah, that's how the dudes do. But like, man, I know you're talking about peanut butter, man, but you know what I'm saying? My alternator on my car, you know what I'm saying? But here's the plan B. Here's the plan B, Cowboy Bob. This is what I think the Knicks should consider doing. If you can't get the one you want, get something, right? Like, for instance, I think the move that the Knicks should consider is trading Quentin Grimes and Evan Fournier and a couple of picks for Jonas Valanciunas, the starting center in New Orleans, and Herb Jones. And what that does chat, before y'all go crazy and say we need another ball handler. I know we need another ball handler. I understand that. But you can't get what's not available. Right? What I'm saying is by getting Herb Jones and Valanciunas, what you do by getting Herb Jones and Valanciunas, right, is get another wing defender. So now that when you play Boston in the playoffs, you have wing defenders, right? You have wing defenders to guard Tatum and Brown. And with Valanciunas, now here's the thing. Valanciunas ain't gonna set the world on fire. But he's a great screener. He's a great rebounder in space. And then what happens is in the playoffs, your center rotation might be Mitchell Robinson, Isaiah Hartenstein, and Jonas Valanciunas, right? So now when you're talking about how are we going to guard Joel Embiid? We're going to guard Joel Embiid with Mitchell Robinson, Isaiah Hartenstein, and Jonas Valanciunas, right? And it's a small move. That's a major move, right? Now, do we still need a ball handler? Absolutely. Cowboy Bob, I'm gonna put you in the. You mind being in the moderator spot?
I like it a lot. Sure. I like the idea that you just brought up. I mean, I hear you.
I'm talking about the moderator spot. You mind being in the moderator spot? I'm gonna be an analyst for a little while. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So I'm gonna be an analyst, and Cowboy Bob is gonna keep y'all. Cowboy Bob gonna keep y'all asses on topic. Right. Right. So here's the thing. The reason why you do the Valanciunas Herb Jones move is, for one, you get a quality young player for Evan Fournier's contract, right? Because Evan Fournier to us has zero value, but his contract absolutely has value. So if you could take Herb Jones's contract, take Evan Fournier's contract and turn it into a bouncy wing player that Tibbs loves. Now some nights you can roll out your wing defense is gonna look like, at times it's gonna look like, and think about this, chat. When we want to shut teams down, we can roll out Deuce McBride, Dante DiVincenzo, Herb Jones, OG Anunoby, and Mitchell Robinson, right? I don't know too many offensive units in the NBA could even score off that or even get into offense. Now, are you going to play that 20 minutes a night? Nah. I'm saying when Milwaukee, y'all know how when we play Milwaukee and Milwaukee, every game against Milwaukee do it 3 or 4 times against us. They'll go on like these 8-0 runs against us, right? what happens is now we know that, right? And we game plan for that, right? We know Milwaukee and the Knicks are even. Listen, the Milwaukee and the Knicks are even, except for those 8-0 runs that they go on against us, and we can't stop it. That's why they always blow us out. It's not because they put out a superior product. It's because they find one of our weaknesses, right? They find our weakness, and then they exploit it for an 8-0 run, and now we're down 8 trying to catch up, expending energy, and then they go on another 8-0 run, and then we're down 16, and we can't figure it out, right? And now we're expending all this energy, and then they go on another 8-0 run, and then by that time, everybody waving a white flag, right? By getting Herb Jones and Valanciunas, it's not the sexy move, but you get rid of a disgruntled. Well, actually, you get rid of 2 disgruntled players, right? You get rid of Evan Fournier's contract. You give up some of those draft picks that you were never going to use in the first place. You get a young player like Herb Jones who just signed a long-term extension that you won't have to worry about signing. Now, when the summertime comes, the only real player you got to be concerned with signing is OG Anunoby, right? And then for those fans like State who want us to go get a superstar, instead of putting Evan Fournier in a trade for an SGA, you could put OG Anunoby and Herb Jones in a trade for SGA if that's what you want. Or you can keep them and take your chances, right? So ultimately what I'm getting at is by getting Herb Jones, you get an excellent wing defender to go with OG Anunoby to face off against Boston.
Man, that sounds interesting, but may I ask what position would Herb Jones be playing?
Herb Jones would be a wing player off the bench.
Can I ask another question?
That's easy. Herb Jones plays the 2, 3, and 4. So if you say, for instance, if you still want Josh Hart to be your off the bench 4, say he your 4 off the bench, right? Mm-hmm. We don't like it. Nobody like it. It looks stupid on paper. It looks stupid on the court. But that's what Tibbs and Josh Hart like to do, right? So say they keep doing it, right? Herb Jones is your small forward off the bench.
This is like
you don't
a
have to move nothing around.
No, it's not a 2K trade.
Oh, the only person you're replacing Quentin Grimes' minutes.
No, but I understand that, but and I appreciate that. But what I'm asking is given what we need from our bench and Herb Jones being a defensive mind, why won't you set, like you just said, he could play the 2, 3, and maybe the 4? Why don't we start him at the 2 and have DiVincenzo playing the quickly role? So then that way it helps out our whole system to it. Now we got a guy who can lock down a defender. We got OG who could also help out with the rebounding, and it also
Cowboy Bob. You know what? That's like saying all black people look alike, bro.
I'm not saying that.
Just 4 don't mean he a point guard, bro.
No, I didn't say that. I said this
4 don't mean you're a point guard, bro. Dante DiVincenzo is not a point guard, bro. He's a combo guard. Josh Hart is 6'4" also. He's not a point guard, bro.
Yeah.
Okay. You know what I'm saying? Just because these dudes look like they should be man, RJ Barrett was a 6'6" shooting guard. Does that make him Michael Jordan? Does that make him Kobe? No. Don't blow up the school with your science project, bro. You know,
I'm asking because
just let him be a bench guard, bro.
I agree with you, but I'm asking because at the same time we know how defense runs it through Tibbs' head and how he is as a coach, and I'm just asking if that adjustment would actually help the team as a part of him hurting the team. So if you look at that rotation, I see your point. You're right. Just keep Herb Jones down. He helps out the back end. But then what do we do about the ball?
They do naturally. What's wrong with naturally?
But then what you're doing is with that, you're backing up the back end of the roster. You're keeping us going. We're strong. At that point, most people are going to say we might as well just make a run for it rather than look for the secondary ball handler. Because if you think about it, how we've been playing, I know Brunson's been having a lot of issues, but if we get that wing defender and we get the guy to back up Hartenstein and actually have everything in good rotation, I think we're pretty good. Because I think we losing Grimes, we're not going to have a gentleman who we can get that's actually a solid ball handler.
I think you're overthinking it. I think you're overthinking it. Man, all you doing is taking Grimes out and putting Herb Jones in. That's it.
That's a question. I have a statement. All right. So you saying Herb Jones and Valanciunas, right? Okay.
Yeah.
How with Evan Fournier and Grimes? I don't see they money match. I mean, as far as like how much picks are we gonna throw at them? And then in that case, who's gonna be their center? Like I
Can't
don't
hear me.
think this is gonna
I
go.
gotta, man, I have a 2-year-old pit bull I can send you, bro, if you scared. If you scared, bro, I can send
Because
you a
I know
2-year-old pit bull, bro.
this sounds like a trade that is not gonna go through. Like I don't see them.
Oh,
Giving, like,
wait a minute.
what?
Are you saying, man, wait a minute. Are you saying New Orleans team president don't like draft picks?
How many draft picks we giving them? 10?
No, you
No,
ain't giving
you
them
give
no.
them 2.
You ain't
You
got
give them 2.
shit.
So they're
You give them the
take 2
two.
draft
You
picks.
give them 2024. One of the 2024 picks and the
No,
2025.
man. No. You give them the Washington Wizards pick. You give them the Detroit Pistons first round pick. That's it. You ain't man. We not getting too fancy. Y'all getting too fancy, bro. No. Man,
You think they're gonna accept that?
Yes. Bro, they are the ones that made Herb Jones available. We not going begging for Herb Jones. They the ones that made Herb Jones available. How you gonna make Herb Jones available and then try to ask for Zion prices? Come on, bro.
I'm not saying that,
about?
but I think they're gonna want at least more than that. Like, and then y'all trying to throw Valanciunas. Like, I don't see that happening. Like, for sure. Herb Jones, I could see that, but Valanciunas, that's iffy. I'm not gonna lie.
So,
It goes.
I don't think y'all get it. I don't think y'all. I don't think y'all see it.
Is they tanking or something like that?
No, they're not tanking. They trying to get better.
So why? So Valanciunas is a center. If they, never mind. Forget my opinion. Forget it.
Bro, they've been so I don't think so. Yeah, y'all clearly hadn't been following what New Orleans have been saying. They've been trying to upgrade Valanciunas all year. And now y'all acting like they covet this man. This man about to be a free agent in the summer. If they wanted him to come back, they would have already extended him. They trying to upgrade at center. They gonna do addition by subtraction.
All right. So wow. So what center do we have that we could give them?
Exactly.
If you just said they're trying to upgrade, you just clearly said they're trying to upgrade at center. We don't have a center that we could throw them.
Right.
So that's obsolete.
That's not. What are you talking about?
Okay. I'm confused.
The thing is, I think you're confusing them trying to upgrade center with us trying to upgrade center. It's not the same. How they fix their team is their business, right? You can't tell them. For instance, they like, yo, you know what I'm saying? If it was me, I wouldn't trade RJ Barrett. But you don't run the Knicks. You know what I'm saying? We run the Knicks, and we traded RJ Barrett.
Yeah, so since they getting rid of those 2 stars, like you just said, Herb Jones is available.
Herb Jones ain't a star, and neither is Valanciunas.
And neither is Valanciunas, but both of them are available, and we can use our draft picks to get someone.
We could trade 2 dudes. We could trade 2 dudes that don't want to be here for 2 dudes that don't want to be there.
Yeah, and then we could also get production from it because it's whatever draft picks we use, we get production because we got those 2 active players to help us out right now. That's
a fact.
Yeah, man.
They're gonna need that ball handler though.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to Tyus Jones.
But even if we don't do anything, we still need a ball handler. Quentin Grimes is not a ball handler.
Agreed. I agree with that.
Yeah, Quentin Grimes ain't a ball handler. Quentin Grimes is a young, disgruntled player that feel like he need more playing time. He probably upset because Tibbs benched him. And truth be told, I would be upset too. You know what I'm saying? That young fella want to play, and Tibbs benched him. You know what I'm saying? If that man got if Tibbs benched you, you wouldn't be upset. You just accept your role
No,
behind a journeyman they bought in off the street.
agreed. I agree with you on that one. But the hardest part about it is Herb Jones. Like, how would he actually fit into the rotation? Because for the most part, between him and Josh Hart, I think that might be a conflict of interest. Because what are you gonna do? You're gonna put Josh Hart at the 4. You're gonna have Herb Jones back up OG. Like, I'm asking him.
What are you doing with Grimes?
No, Grimes is gone. We were talking about Herb
No,
Jones.
I'm talking right now. What's Grimes doing?
Okay.
What's Grimes doing right now? Because you asked that question based on Herb Jones, and I'm asking you the same question based on Quentin Grimes.
Mm-hmm. So he's doing exactly the same job as Quentin Grimes. Okay.
He's
No, because I thought that the roles would have
same
changed.
job Quentin Grimes doing, except he can guard 2s, 3s, and 4s at an elite level. Herb Jones is not a very good defender like Grimes. Herb Jones is one of the best wing defenders in the league. If you trade Grimes for Herb Jones right now, it's an upgrade for us. Now now the thing is of course Quentin Grimes is a better 3-point shooter than Herb Jones, right? But Quentin Grimes is hesitant to take the 3. You know what I'm saying? That dude, he's hesitant to take. He'll knock down open 3s when he get them, but how often do you get wide open 3s in the NBA?
Not that often. And then it's like you said, it's also good against Boston with how they play.
Right. Right. Who would you rather have guarding if OG Anunoby is guarding Jason Tatum? Who would you rather have guarding Jaylen Brown?
Jones.
Herb Jones.
Grimes, yeah. Because then I know at least with Grimes, sometimes I see Grimes get beat a lot as opposed to where Herb Jones actually gets into guys' chest and he tries to draw fouls. He may get a little bit hands-on too much, but he's more physical and he's more into it. So, yeah, I would rather have Herb. I'd rather have Herb.
Yeah, and the thing about Herb Jones and Valanciunas is right now. So 2 things are happening right now. But for those that are not keeping track, for those that are talking but not really paying attention, right? Right now, Isaiah Hartenstein is hurt. Right now, Mitchell Robinson is hurt. Right?
Uh-huh.
So right now, if Hartenstein don't play in the next game, our starting center is going to be a dude named Precious Achua. And his backup is going to be a dude named Jericho Sims.
All day down low to the paint. That's it.
Right? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
These things, we got to talk. Yo, I would just want to have the smart basketball conversation about things that make sense as opposed to just wishing on a star all the time.
Mm-hmm.
We can't wish on a star all the time. The reason why we even went down this path was because everybody was suggesting that Dejounte Murray was the move, right? If Dejounte Murray is the move, then okay, I'm cool. I don't have a Herb Jones Valanciunas crush. What I'm saying is the Knicks front office better have a damn plan B. Because if you can't get Brogdon, if you can't get Murray, right? If you can't get Zach LaVine, if you can't get the guys that you want, you better get somebody. Hey man,
because without Iheart and without Mitchell, I think we cruising for a bruising, and it's gonna be bad because they're just gonna attack the paint. And Sims being how he is, we're gonna be playing freaking Randle at the 5 for like 20 minutes. So I actually agree with the Valanciunas move, but I also think that if that is the case, we need to get another big before we even. And I'm not saying a big that's like a center. I think like a power forward big, like someone that could actually back up Randle in case something happens to him, and we can also play center. Because to be honest with you, I didn't know Iheart was that hurt still. I thought he was just like bruising and he might be okay.
How hurt is he?
I'm checking right now to see how hurt he is.
It don't even matter because he's, like I said, he's the last hope we have because Sims ain't ready to be playing on 25, 30 minutes. And at this point right now,
so here's the report, right? Hartenstein is dealing with left ankle soreness and will not return to Saturday's game against the Raptors. He finished with 1.4 rebounds, 1 assist in 23 minutes. So he's listed as day to day. That was from January 20th. So he may be able to play against Brooklyn.
But that's
But if
against
it's
Claxton.
something, but if it's something more serious than that, say for instance, he has to miss 4 games, right? Are you comfortable with Jericho Sims and Precious Achua? Precious Achua at center for 4 games?
No. I would rather because of the foot injury and how Claxton plays against Boston, I'd rather be cautious with that next game about that day to day. I'd rather let Hart take a game or two off because if he gets hurt with Claxton, how Claxton plays defense, how he boxes out, how he covers how he does really really well, he can further injure himself to where it's not just 4 games, it's probably a whole month and a half. And then what? Then everybody now knows we're on the trading block for a center, and then we gotta really pay the farm.
Yeah.
How y'all feel about the Wizards Gafford and what's the point guard again?
Jones.
I think Tyus Jones. How I feel about that?
Well, I was just before we even get into that, I was just saying like, are we good with the Herb Jones issue about everybody getting the backup center with Vincenzo and the Herb Jones? Because to be honest with you, that is really the real. We're really gonna lose a lot of games if you don't have a center. So right now, before we even get to Tyus Jones and Aviles, I want to know: can we survive without having a center?
Yeah. That's a
I
great
don't think
question.
so. I don't think so because you really what we're gonna end up doing, King Ruby, is this: we're gonna end up start pushing Randle even more to do more. And I hate to say this, he struggled last game. Dude had 6 rebounds in the first quarter, but then only ended up with like I think 11 or 10 rebounds.
No,
So
that's why.
and he has no, I was like, and yes, he did have a triple double, but the guy was working like the whole game. You saw him in against the Raptors, and I'm like, this shouldn't be happening. And then at the end of the game, you see Brunson going off against the Raptors, and we end up winning by 26, and everyone's happy about the win. I'm not. Brunson should be doing that against the 76ers. Brunson should be doing that against the Bucks. He should be doing that against the top tier teams to where we can win. Because to be honest with you, we going off like we did here. Same thing like if you look at the Orlando game, real quick. DiVincenzo, we're up. DiVincenzo goes in for a dunk, starts talking smacks, missed a free throw. Randall misses 2 free throws, and then we end up losing the game by 4. That's an example of what I'm saying where we're putting too much stress on our guys. We're doing too much to where we're comfortable to where we think we can win, but we don't have the backing to actually win. And then when we do win, we're just happy with the win. So what we need to do is get someone to help out Randall and get someone to back up the center spot. That's why I kept telling everybody I like Zach Collins, regardless of what anybody else said. Gafford, to me, I don't really think so. Zach Collins, he's going to give you 49% shooting. He's a backup power forward and a center. You could even trade Fournier and a draft pick for him. And he's a 10-year vet. He shoots 49%. He's a good free throw shooter. I think he's like 80% from free throws. He can pass. He's averages like 3 assists on San Antonio. And he can play power forward and center. So like right now when we need him, we can put him at center, let Hartenstein rest and come off the bench. But Gafford to me would only be best for backing up Randall. That's why I was like, I think we need to focus on the center spot more. So
No,
what you
that's what I
think?
was. No, that's what I was saying. We get like 2-1 because the Tyrus Jones and the Gafford for Fournier and what's his name again? Grimes and some picks and things like that.
But I think we can get those guys without even giving up Grimes. That's the whole thing. That's what I'm thinking, honestly, to tell you the truth. Because if we could get Tyus Jones and Gafford, I think we could give up a draft pick and maybe somebody else, maybe 2 draft picks to get those guys and actually be better at where we're at. Like for me, I really would like to hold off on Grimes, but if Grimes is going to get us a guy like Herb Jones, I'd put the trigger because he's going to get us Herb Jones and Vincenzo. And then if we even get like let's say we get Gafford and Tyus Jones, I'd just give up draft picks for those 2 guys because Washington's in a rebuilding stage. So I'd give Washington back one of their picks and then next year's pick. So I really would just be giving up all of that, and then yeah, I would do it that way. But for me, that's how I look at it, and I'm different. But more importantly, I agree with what Uncle is saying about Herb Jones because of the wing defenders. And we're going to be playing a lot of people who's shooting threes. A lot of people who's going to be trying to pull us out of position. Giannis is going to be doing it a lot. You look at Embiid's going to be doing it a lot. You look at Porzingis is going to be doing a lot. And these are the top teams in the league. And we got to find a way to stop them.
Well, I get what you're saying, but I feel like the Knicks is just gonna do one thing and just gonna either a point guard, or just a point a guard, or like a facilitating point slash shooting guard, and that's it as far as for the playoffs. And then next season, they're gonna see what's out there.
I honestly,
And I guarantee you that's what they're gonna do.
I don't understand what this front office did with the trade because if Uncle even brought up like Schroeder, he said that Dennis Schroeder was a good choice. I think he would have been added into the trade if that was a part of their plan. I don't really think they're gonna go off of another ball handler. I think they're just gonna run with what they got, and
Nah, I don't think
that's what
so.
worries me. Until something happens, because that's what worries me. Because if you look since the RJ trade, they've been running Brunson, they've been running Randle, they've been overworking them. So
Hold
that's
on,
what I think they're doing.
but then no, that's no. I don't think I really don't believe that because it's rumors is articles that people been saying, and to be honest, I know what McBride is not the backup point guard for Brunson. Like, let's be honest. Like, come on. So we have to get another point guard or shooting guard that could facilitate.
But
Since
if, like I
not
said though, the only reason
that,
go ahead, baby.
it's not that.
No, I was just saying the only reason why I was worried was because if if Schroeder was a good option, they would have added him in the trade. I don't know why they didn't add him in the trade to where it would have been covered from 10, 12 games ago. But that's neither here nor there. I think their real need is they're trying to push the issue of trying to find a good backup. But we don't know either in power forward or center. Because I really think, like, if you look at how the season has been portraying, how they're running behind Brunson, I think the 2 games that he missed, he should have missed the third game, but they forced him. Like I think he rushed back too early. They're running behind Brunson and Randle, and they're just using them up until something clicks. So for
Exactly.
me, no, go ahead, King.
No, say what you was gonna say. No,
No, I was like, so for me, it's like had they really been like, yo, we need the backup handball handler, we see that. But let's be real, the OG trade, you would have got Schroeder right there, and we wouldn't even be sitting here saying that. So what is it that you guys see in front management that we don't? Because I didn't see this OG trade coming through, and I was satisfied with it until I saw that Flynn and Precious Achua ain't what they are. So maybe we should have gotten Schroeder as opposed to both of those guys and been okay, and then look for someone else. But then, like I said, if Schroeder was that good, then Knicks would have got him in that trade. So
I
to
don't
me,
think
I
so.
think they're not. I think they're putting all their chips behind Brunson and letting him rock.
Nah. If they do that, they're gonna burn them out.
But if it brings you a championship, would you complain? Let's be real. If we had another Derek, just say Tibbs, just based off of how Tibbs is history, since everyone wants to talk about
The
Derrick
Derrick
Rose.
Rose situation, right?
Let's talk about that. Let's say he does that with Brunson, to where Brunson. I'm not saying he's gonna have an MVP year this year, of course not. But let's say he starts to get recognition to where he starts to be like in a top 15 as like the guy, and his career boosts. We get to the Eastern Conference Finals. We do all of that, but they went through Brunson. Then the next year, you see what I'm saying? Injuries or something else happens. Everyone's gonna be like, "Hey, man, we had fun with Brunson," because it's been a while since we've had that run. But for me, I don't want that because I think Brunson should be here for the long term.
I agree.
That's why I said if Schroeder or anybody else that they had with this OG trade, I think the Knicks would have pulled the trigger earlier and got it done. But I think that they're listening to their players and saying, all right, you guys got this. Well, we're going to go figure out and find these players. Like they're actually communicating.
No, I don't agree with that because it's been reports that they looking for another facilitator. It's been reported, so I truly don't believe that.
I honestly say the truth. I've heard reports of RJ wanting to be traded, but I didn't think that they would trade quickly until they did.
I'm talking about as far as Malcolm Brogdon, like those type of players, like Terry Rozier, like a backup because everybody know Brunson is like it's not everybody knows something, but it's like we need another facilitator.
Now is this ESPN or is this actually like the Knicks talking?
Mike Brunson cannot play 48 minutes.
Because like I said, the reason why I keep bringing it up is because they would have got Schroeder. They would have got somebody else already if they believed that. Because they replaced RJ like that with and quickly to prove a point. So if they needed to prove a point that we need a backup, they would have like that.
How you know they not still waiting?
I don't know. But this is what I'm saying. Like the way they're moving, I can't even question it right now because technically, what have we won? Like the last, I think, 11 out of our last 11 games, we won what, 8? No, we won like 9. Hey, Boulevard 73, thank you for the super chat. We getting Burks back, pasta salad.
That's crazy.
Boulevard, you funny for that one, but thank you for your contribution, sir. And I hope you're having a good day. Salute to you. But nah, and that's another thing. Like, I don't know why I keep hearing everyone so happy about getting Burks back as a backup. Like, do you guys really realize that the people we need are people who are hungry to play for either a contract or hungry to prove something? Like, I can see Herb Jones, I can see Dylan Sanders doing that, but I could even see, like I said, Zach Collins doing that. But to get plays that we've already had here and expect them to be more successful, well, now when we're crippled, I don't think it's going to work that well. King Ruby, what do you think about getting Burks back?
Hold on.
That's not a bad idea.
What, getting Burks?
Getting Burks back, just in a limited role, man. Not.
So we will move him. We will move McBride up and basically give him McBride's role, basically.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Freezie, can I ask you a question? Oh, all right. In the playoffs, right? For the whole playoffs, can someone play 48 minutes for the whole playoffs?
No.
Every game?
No.
Okay.
No,
I'm just asking that question because somebody in the chat just said that. Like, what?
No.
Brunson played
You'll see probably
minutes
40 or 39.
Yo. Oh God.
No, the Knicks need the Knicks need upgrades in certain places, and I think we all understand that, right? I think when we have these conversations, though, we shouldn't just close the door on anything that we hear, unless you have legitimate basketball on the floor reasons why you don't think it's going to work, right? For instance, to say that I don't want Alec Burks because I don't like Alec Burks, that's bizarre. That make us not respect somebody's point. But if the Knicks need a Swiss Army knife type player to come off the bench, then why not Alec Burks? Because he's a Swiss Army knife type player that has come off the bench for Philadelphia's playoff run, Golden State's playoff run, the Knicks playoff run, right? And so if you need a guy that can play point in a pinch, play the 2 in a pinch, be a defender in a pinch, be a fourth quarter scorer in a pinch, Alec Burks has been all of that to a lot of different teams, not just the Knicks. Why would we turn that down just for the sake of what you don't like? It's not licorice, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't like black licorice. So what? Who cares? You know what I'm saying? Like people legit like say these things like Cowboy about like to what you were saying when I was away. I actually had I got the speaker up so I can hear what everybody's saying. Like a lot of the things that you were saying, I think it's excellent what you were saying. I don't know if you built on it though, like expounded on it on a way that's palatable for everybody. But yo, you know what I'm saying? Just the mere fact of what people like and don't like. Think about like when you feeding your baby. You know how like when the baby little and the baby is like, I don't like honey buns. And then by the time they 3 years old, they nagging you every day for honey buns. Papa, can I have another one? And you're like, yo, that's what I'm saying. So, like some of the stuff you gotta, you know what I'm saying, give some of these things a try, like the Valanciunas thing. I know it's not the sexy move, and Knicks fans definitely want the front office to do the sexy move so that we can win the headlines. King Ribby, this is the thing that I'm trying to get everybody to be careful of. Like we legit want to win the headlines, and I don't care about no headlines, bro. I want to win championships, bro. You feel me? You know, like people want the trade that's gonna be on the front breaking news on sports and the breaking news. The New York Knicks traded for Michael Jordan. Hey man, Michael Jordan not coming through that door, bro. You feel me? We got to build a team that's gonna be built, but we gotta have a team that's only built for Cuban links, bro. That's how we got to do it.
Yeah, because I agree with that. We showing softness lately, man. With how the team's efforts been down the stretch in the beginning of games, we're going to need to solidify that, especially if we're going to plan on making a run in the playoffs.
And right now, Jalen Brunson has all these little injuries and the calf injury he playing through and all that. That man can't even get a day off because we ain't got a halfway decent backup to give that man a day off. Right? And Julius Randle playing through shooting slumps because we ain't even got a backup for Randle to even, you know what I'm saying, take a day up. Like, for instance,
That's what I was just saying.
If you do the Valanciunas and Herb Jones trade, you can give Randle a couple of days off. You know why? Because for a couple of games, you can start Herb Jones at the 3, OG at the 4. Give Randle a couple of days off. Everybody fresh. You know what I'm saying? Everybody get to eat.
Yeah, I agree with that.
You don't think the front office out?
Yeah, man. Just a little something. Hey, man. Hey, Cowboy Bob, I ain't gonna lie, man. I was jealous. I was away in there just working on something, bro. I was a little bit jealous when you was up here moderating, bro.
I'm trying to be like you. You be forgetting. You like that that I like the most, but I can't talk too longer than 5 seconds.
Yeah,
You like, yo, my minutes, bro. My minutes.
nah, man. Don't be like me, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Do
No,
it
I said
how you doing it.
no, I like how I'm doing it, but I'm saying because of you, like watching you and understanding and hearing you, I've been learning to try to do better, and I appreciate it. That's what I mean. So I'm saying thank you for your contribution as far as your criticism. That always is good for me. Thank you.
Yeah, I was telling King Ribby about that last night. Like, yo, we got to be better, all of us. Like, we got to be better all the time. It's not just you know what I'm saying? Don't take none of this stuff personal, man. The Knicks fans need better and they deserve better. So that's what we trying to. But anyways, on the trade front, King Ribby, do you have a trade? Would you trade? Are you still sore about RJ Barrett?
Nah, I'm good. Need a better place.
Yeah.
We need.
Breaking news. Hold on, breaking news.
Oh my god!
Of the world, Craig. Of the world.
Yeah, man.
He been doing good, so I'm happy. Let me quickly.
Yeah. I think I do believe we need a guard. I do believe we need a guard, man.
Like a facilitating guard.
Yeah, a facilitating guard to give Brunson a break and to run that second unit. And I know a lot of people think it's going to be Deuce McBride. I just think Deuce ain't ready.
Yeah, I've been saying that.
Yeah.
I honestly think I like what you just said about with Burke, because now that you think about it, if you go with the Jones and the Vincenzo and then get Burke, that actually gives you what you need to just run the team. And you could even still have assets to go get you something else later on down the road because you still got like 2 or 3 draft picks. I like that. See, that's what we need. We need something like that. It may not be the exact same, same players, but we need something like that to where it's comfortable enough to where we can feel like, this team's strong enough to run. Because I'm sorry, they look like they're on there. They already hit their NOS 5 games ago.
and it's the cheap. It's the cheaper. It's a cheaper route too.
And to be honest, that's what the Knicks do. Like,
Exactly.
I'm not gonna be like, I'm gonna be real. Like, what big superstar are we really gonna get that everybody's gonna be satisfied? At least with this type of a transition. Hold on, Jordan Clarkson is the perfect fit. Thank you, East Blue Drew. That's another one. It don't even have to be what's his name? Dang, I just forgot his name. Burks. It doesn't have to be Burks. We could even use the draft picks to go ahead and pick up Jordan Clarkson.
Yo,
Shy
I ain't gonna lie
Powers.
to you. If you think Emmanuel quickly drove Tibbs crazy, you wait
Clarkson.
till you see Jordan
Jordan
Clarkson
Clarkson is gonna be
and
wild out.
and yo,
He ain't giving
Clarkson gonna be the
he
next
ain't giving nobody
McBride
a
for
ride.
only 2 minutes.
yo, man, yo,
Shy
that man will
Powers, thank you
drive
for your
Tibbs crazy,
contribution.
bro.
You say bring Malcolm and Burks. People that Tibbs will trust.
Right.
But Malcolm also has been getting hurt too. I've been hearing like he's been struggling with some knick-knack injuries as well. So
Yeah.
But if you
I
off
don't
the
know about
bench,
Malcolm, man.
but if he bring off the bench, then I don't think so.
Yeah, man. Y'all got any idea on who y'all? Yeah, because what I'm hearing from y'all is, and what I'm hearing from a lot of people, what I'm hearing from a lot of people is so Ribby, this is what I hear, right? When I hear people talk, no, not him, no, not him, and then I'm like, and then I ask like, well, who do you want? Anybody but him. And then when you say anybody but him, they're like, no, not him either. Right. So I'm asking the chat, like, chat, if you don't want Herb Jones and Valanciunas, you know what I'm saying? And some wing depth, who you want? D'Angelo Russell? He a combo guard.
I think they do that, but I don't think the Lakers gonna give him up as like that. As far as I mean, I can see it. I can see it. I can see it.
I do not want D'Lo because I think his struggles and the way that we would use him would make it even worse. Like he needs to go to another team, like a Michael Conley. If we had a, I know we can't trade for him, but if we had a guy like that off the bench, those are guys I'm looking for. But if we can't get those type of players, then I'm okay with Burke and I'm okay with the Herb Jones for intenders. I even came on here and said Ivory and freaking Cunningham just to get value to build up the team. So I'm willing to do anything right now to get this team what we need, but I still think we need to worry about that power forward slash center position before we get anything
Like
else.
Cade, nah, but Ivy, I'll do that in a heartbeat.
No. Like I said, you don't have to agree with the Cade or anything like that, but I'm just saying you got to bring something to the table because at the end of the day, I believe everything that everybody's saying when they say they feel the team needs this or that. But if you're just saying nothing and you're not contributing, I can't back you up. Like, for example, even if you don't want to do that trade, you could do the Tyus Jones, the Gafford trade, and then go somewhere else and still keep Grimes and use Grimes and two other draft picks along with Fournier to get you that two guard or that other player you need that's like a Michael Conley. And yeah,
No,
you
but
may
the salary
overpay for
guy,
him. I was just gonna say, yeah, you may overpay for him, but at the end of the day, if we in the finals, is anybody gonna really complain?
but to be honest, in my opinion,
That's why I said
you
like
calling like trades that's never gonna be done.
no. I'm calling trades
You
that's
talking about
not gonna affect the court.
reasonable trade that could happen, like
Yes,
not no
because
fictional.
this is the Knicks. Let's be real. I didn't expect us to get Carmelo Anthony the way we did, and I'm not saying that I'm mad about it, but we got him, and I was happy when he was here. But what did we really get from it in return? The same thing with all these other players with OG. OG at least started winning with us. Same thing with Hart. These guys are winning, but we need a championship because every time in the past we've tried to build through draft, we tried to build through trades, and it hasn't worked. Now I think we're balanced enough to where we get a little bit more support under that bridge. Man, that freaking Corvette that we got is going to be flying off the bridge, man, because they can't stop the way that we are physical, as far as the way Randall goes up and downhill, as far as how Brunson has been able to change his shots and be able to be a lot quicker on his release. And even if you look at OG has been a lot quicker in getting to his spots on defense and contesting shots. So if we could back that up to where they're not working so hard now, and then when playoff time come and they're doing the minutes that they're doing now, which is like 28, 30 minutes now, where we're doing it in the playoffs, but they've had rest throughout the season, then we ain't got nobody's gonna say nothing negative. That's the overall goal. You need something to move us up because right now, I honestly see us as a second team. We're going to be right where we were last year if everybody's healthy.
I agree with that. That's why I
Because
think
right
we
now,
need a trade.
now I don't even like I said, we could do pickups, we could do this free agency waivers, we could do a lot of things, but we need to solidify the center position. I'm telling you, rebounders, man, come on. They are just gonna push Randle around, and Randle's gonna get frustrated, and then he's gonna do more because he's gonna think that's what's expected of him, and he's gonna play, and he's gonna play out of his game. And then Brunson's gonna do the same thing by pushing the tempo faster, and it's gonna start creating bad shots and bad shot selections.
So all right. So if you was to have one spot to solidify, what would you solidify that with?
Power forward center.
Nah, I wouldn't. I would get like a guard or
I say that because the fact of the matter is, if we can use what we have and actually based off of what we have, I'm not saying Flynn is the next guy up, but if we can actually use Flynn, because there's been moments where I've seen Flynn actually play with OG and they actually have good chemistry, like they
in
did
the
when they were.
playoffs though.
No,
I'm
not
talking
in the
about
playoffs. I'm talking about
playoffs.
right now. No, I'm trying to tell you. So right now, based on because you asked me why did I feel that the center slash forward position is more important than the guard position, I said
Okay.
if we could just have Flynn play the way that like McBride's role with what we got, and if we were to cover the center forward position, it allows Randle to rest and it allows Hartenstein to rest as well. That right there is going to help us overall in the playoffs when it comes to playoffs. Because later on, when we need them for minutes, if Hartenstein gets into foul trouble, we can use Zach Collins. If Randall's tired, we can use Zach Collins. That's how I see it working down in the playoffs if we get that position covered. Because in those moments, we're going to need rebounds, we're going to need box outs, we're going to need the defensive pressure, and those are our two guys that are healthy right now. So we have to solidify them first.
Nah, to be honest, I think a backup shooting
No,
guard, point
I see what
guard.
you mean with the backup shooting guard because basically it's what they contribute. The fact that we have a backup facilitator, we can rest Brunson, but then that offsets for Randall. At least
Because
now we have three guards right now, and we only have like one true power forward.
like when come playoffs, when Randall and Brunson need rest, who's they rest? Like who's gonna produce and give the enough points that they can rest off of and then come back in the game too.
Well, I'm saying,
I don't see Deuce
mhm.
McBride giving. I don't in the playoffs. I do not see that. I do not.
But see, this is the thing that a lot of people don't do.
Flynn, I don't see it.
We don't hold the players accountable because we don't know what to expect given how they have been producing. Regardless of what I or you or anybody else here thinks, these guys are given an opportunity to play. And if they're doing well, even if they're getting 2 minutes and they're playing well, they're gonna shine. But they're not doing that. Grimes started in the beginning of the season, played better off of the bench than he did starting. And now it's like now he's even in the question, and now off the bench, it's like what is going on? When is the point that we're gonna pull a trigger? You already did it with RJ. You already did it with Quickly. So we need the guy to back up Randall because we have three guards. Where's the backup for Randall? Precious Achua.
I guess so.
Then if that's the case, then we're not gonna win because the playoffs is based off of Randall. How Randall goes is how we go. We missed him for a game and a half and only made it to the second round. Imagine if we had him for that game and a half and he actually was in full playoff health. We would have won that damn series and been in the Eastern Conference Finals. And everybody be talking about the Knicks right now in a different way. That's why I say like people need to appreciate what's with the Knicks because if you look at the front office, they've been able to cover with what we have. All the inconsistencies of health, all the inconsistencies with everything, and they've been doing well for now. It's like putting a band-aid on an open chest wound. But the thing is at some point you're gonna have to start cleaning the wound and start bringing it back to life. And that's the problem that we all are seeing because there's so many players out there that everyone wants. But when you really sit down and look at it, who's the better fit? Do we need a defensive player? Do we need an offensive player? I honestly think we need a defensive backup big. And I would keep pressing Jack Collins because Fournier wants to go to San Antonio. At least get Jack Collins dirt cheap. Like, he ain't
Shout out
even
to
10 mil. I don't even
shout
think
out
he's
to
10 mil.
Boulevard. Boulevard said Burks
Exactly. And I'm
coming
like,
back.
shoot. And they think about it, and then now you guys get to not see Randle on the court so much. Think about it. Randle get a triple double doing 25 minutes. Now everybody's gonna be like, "Oh, the Knicks are good because Randle's doing good." If you really look at every single game, even when we have bad games and Brunson goes off, and Randle has a bad game and we still win because Brunson went off, they still give Randle help. So everything that we do in the playoffs and how we scheme goes off of Randle. Brunson's a plus, but it's still off of Randle. Rebounds win games, man. Rebounds win games. I keep telling that to people. They're like, no offense. I'm like, yeah. But if you're missing, how you gonna get the offense? So for me, that's it, man. That's just how I feel. I mean, don't get me wrong. I agree with you with the guards. Because the other two guards we have are in question. But again, we have three guards as opposed to one power forward.
Yeah, that's no. I agree with
And then now with Jack, and then now iHeart being hurt, and he going against Claxton. Like I said, Claxton's physical. I like Claxton. Claxton and Mitchell are like the two bigs that I like in the East. And I admire how they play defense. I admire how they box out. I admire how they time and do blocking. And Mitchell was starting to go into his own, like to battle with Claxton. But Claxton's that guy, man. I'm telling you, he's the one guy that, if you look at their defensive rating when they lost Kyrie Irving and they lost KD, Claxton was that physical guy that kept their defense, even though it dropped, it still kept it above a certain point. Because without him, he was like plus 14 for defense alone.
not not to cut you off. I agree with what somebody just said in the chat. To be honest,
Yeah, I can't read the chat, so go ahead, read it off, read it off, read it off.
because somebody
Sorry,
said
chat, I apologize.
you don't think we got enough defense though?
No,
Because to be honest, we ain't got no scorers for real. And to be honest, I agree. Like, yo, like the bench, you what scoring do we have off the bench? None. Josh Hart he cannot score. Didi he came to score us, so now it's like, yo, that's why I know we gotta have another trade coming. If we don't, if this front office has the trade deadline with this starting unit like this current how it is, we not. I think we're gonna get bounced the first round. I'm being honest.
to the
In my
person in
opinion.
the person in the chat with defense, I say no, because our defense played well against Orlando, but then when we needed it to kick in with our starting guys, we still lost. Also, as well as what we need, I think we do need defense because our defense is well enough to do key well stops for like 2 3 minute periods, but we need something to solidify it longer over a harder period. Hold on. Wade Space, thank you for your contribution. I Heart leading the league in January in rebounds and offensive rebounds. Yeah, but he's hurt, sir. That's the issue. If he's not, I'm not saying he's like hurt bad, but he's day to day. So if he gets injured playing physical with Claxton, that rebound and offensive rebounds isn't gonna help us that much. That's why I keep telling you, Zach Collins is giving you a double double. He's gonna give you 14 points, 10 rebounds. Yeah, off the bench. So if Hart is down, he can step up and give you what you want. Sean Powers, thank you for your contribution. You want scoring off the bench, add Malcolm and Burks. Hey man, if you could get them, cool. But the only question I have about Malcolm is His health, man. I like I said, Uncle already convinced me with Burks about how he can contribute and what he can bring. I can see Burks coming. I can see that, but Brogdon's injuries, Clarkson with his problems with the coach, those two seem to be in question for me. Go ahead, King Ruby. What was you gonna say?
No, I'm reading the
Oh, okay.
chat.
So now, like I said, we do need scoring, but at this point, I honestly think that the Knicks, the only option we really have at scoring is moving Vincenzo to the bench, and that to me would be messed up, given what he's done, given the roles that he took over and how he stepped up. But him is the only contribution coming off of the bench if we get another solidified defensive two, excuse me, or at least another scoring two guard. Because you also asked about coming off the bench without scoring. So if we do get a two guard that's going to start with us, we're going to have to move DiVincenzo to the bench, and his contribution will help the bench. But what about rebounding? Now I'm telling you, I'm worried about iHeart.
No. What Al Wise just said.
Nah, go ahead, read it off because I can't read the
he
chat.
said Claxton, 215 pounds soaking wet. He ain't physical. More physical than iHeart. Come on, Cowboy.
You know what? We will see when we play them. Because you guys are gonna see how Claxton reads angles, how he allows people to spin to their cuts and let them think that he's defeated, and he spins and uses both his hands to create block shots and contest shots. You're gonna also see how he pins things off the backboard with his left hand, and as well as his right. He stepped that up over the last, like I want to say, half a season, even to this season. You're also gonna see how he covers the spacing when people fade away, how he traps in close enough to where people are going to have landing space, but he's going to be right on top of them, so to speak. So you guys will see the physicality at Claxton.
Jerry Fitz said, iHeart didn't practice today. Will probably sit tomorrow against the Nets. Get ready for the game of the year Thursday at home versus the Nuggets.
Wait, you mean against Brooklyn?
Yeah.
Oh. I don't know,
So
man.
if iHeart don't play, damn, man. Yo, he just getting weaker and weaker, man. Yo.
And we're not even getting weaker because of skill set or skill play or like how the team's developing. We're getting weaker due to normal, natural things that happen to the game, like not just missing shots, but injuries. Like if we didn't have injuries, oh, we would be fine. But then so would everyone else in the league. So for us, it's like we're just catching like
No, and
double,
to be
basically.
honest, I feel like Tilly playing these guys too long, man. And like it be games where like we be winning by like 25, like I'm not gonna exaggerate. Probably like a good like 15 points. It'd be like probably like 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and he still got people out. Like, bro, take them out the game. But it's like, no. He got something to prove or something like that. Like, no, man. That's why Brunson hurt.
But isn't that what you want from your players, though? To be out there leaving it on the court every single game, busting their head, telling their coach, no, coach, I'm good. I want to stay in. And they start dropping off like – because I'm saying we've seen it early in the season where Brunson stayed in.
What happens to the playoffs then?
See, but then that's the thing, though.
Injured in the playoffs, then what happens?
Okay, it's a catch-22 because this is how it's a catch-22. You play well enough in the regular season to solidify to get into the playoffs. But once you're in the playoffs, the damage is already done from the regular season. So either way you look at it, it's a catch-22. So for this whole theory right here, the fact that these guys are taking regular season games as practice for them in their mind as playoffs, like, coach, let me stay in. I got something to prove, as opposed to now to where when playoffs come, it's just go time. It's going to be a totally different flow. But you are right, though. The problem is the health. We're dealing with it now. But as far as what I'm seeing, I want them to be like that. I want to see Brunson go out there and hit 8, 9 threes in a row, and hit one in the first quarter, and then go back and hit 8 straight like it's nothing, and hit 40% from three. And I want to see Randle getting triple doubles, not getting 25 or whatever, at least getting double doubles. Like, make the game so much exciting while we're winning. But at the same time, do know that these guys are asking to stay in because Randle, Brunson, their mindset is playoffs. We didn't like what happened last year. We gonna pass what we did last year. That's why I think I like Tibbs. He's the type of player that you guys say, yeah, he leaves his players in too long. But y'all don't also see that he believes in them to do that. Like, I'm not just gonna leave you in believing that you're gonna do a good job and you out here just missing shots. I'm gonna take you out. We know Tibbs is quick with the hook. So if I'm leaving you out there, it's for a reason. That means I believe in you. You got something to prove. Hey, it's on you, bro. Prove me wrong. But not everyone gets that. So when Brunson, Randle, OG, all of them are playing and not hard to playing too many minutes, it's because that's what he needs to show the team, yo, this is the confidence we need. Build behind these guys, and you guys got to step up so I don't have to use them so much.
We win when we get to the playoffs too. More damage. We turn up in the playoffs.
Because in the playoffs,
one player away. What player?
Yeah. Nah, man. I don't even think that. Like, I think, to be honest with you, after what I said about Randle missing a game and a half, man, and we could have beat Miami, this team is better now than it was last year. I could say that. But as far as winning, due to what we have with Mitchell injury and heart injuries, we may not have a better winning percentage or a better all over success. But the team to me is stronger with what we have now. But like I said, the problem is getting through the regular season. And with what we got, I see us right where we're at, 5 or 4 seed.
Good afternoon, Geraldine. I don't think Evan Fournier is gonna
what about
like the player. Tibbs don't got any faith in him.
Yeah. I think sometimes he's forced to do things that he doesn't want to do. But then in the end, though, it's like he's. I don't. For me, it's difficult for me to understand how people gauge things because Tibbs, if he was given the team that he wanted, it would be Chicago all over again. Like, that's exactly what it would be. But he doesn't have that, so he's doing the best that he can with what he got. And he's been productive, and for me, it's like you don't see not the behind the scenes or what's going on or anything like that. But you don't see that we're still limited. Like with RJ, yeah, we were winning, but we're winning different with OG. But the team looks better with OG than it did with RJ. Why is that? Because he got the player he needed to make the adjustments to cover the spots and to make the team look better. So if you give it time and let actually him do what they do and let the company front office do what they do, we might actually get to the finals this year. Whether it's Eastern or finals, I don't know, but I believe it. And yes, that's with this current team, without any trades or anything. But if Hart is out, I'm saying like if Hart is out, then yeah, that's not gonna happen. But if Hart is there and we get a backup, I think we can make a run to the
Okay. With a
like
backup,
that. Like
talking about with this current team as far as
no.
right now, no.
Maybe a first round exit. Like maybe we'll probably may push a game 7 to the second round, but nothing past that because we have no depth. Yeah, I'm saying like right now, I think what this team is good enough to get to the playoffs in the first round with Hart healthy. If he's not healthy, then I think we might just be a playoff team or playing. Because like even old dude just said about our January, he's been leading the league in rebounds, offensive and defensive rebounds. How do you replace that with Precious Achua? First of all, we was saying that about Mitchell. When Mitchell first went down, we was like, yo, Mitchell got 16 rebounds this one game. Yo, Mitchell's a beast. And then we see Hartenstein. Yo, Hartenstein got 20 rebounds. How we go from 16 to 20? Whoa, this is amazing. Now, where do we go if Hartenstein's done? Like, now the excitement is gone, and now it's like the realization kicks in, and we need to realize it before that happens.
Not to cut you off, I gotta Do you? I want to know. Do you agree with this or don't agree with this?
Go ahead.
Jerry Fish just said, but Tibbs does have a Chicago team. Derrick Rose is now Brunson. Dang is now OG. Butler is played by Randle. Noah is Josh Hart. I Hart.
Okay. And if that's that, then that means that we should be in the Eastern Conference Finals. So you believe that we don't need nothing. If not, I'm just saying, if that's, let's be real. You saying it's like Chicago. I'm not saying we're gonna win the whole thing, but we should be in the Eastern Conference Finals with Brunson being in the top 15 conversation, and Randall should be another All Star slash All NBA. Because if you saying that he got the team like Chicago, that's what he's gonna do. And I'm agreeing with you. I hope so, man, because Eastern Conference Final this year, bro. What? When they expected us to be at 45 wins. Mm-mm. But to be honest with you, like you said, if it is Tibbs' team, we have a better shot at the playoffs, but we need depth. That's another problem that Tibbs' team has always had. He's always had injury problems. He's always had backup issues because his backups to his backups used to get hurt. And it wouldn't be no random quick injury. It won't be no long-term injury. It'd be quick too. Like, wait, how did he twist his ankle in 2 minutes? Like, so for us, if we got that Chicago team, then we're gonna make the playoffs and we're gonna start kicking indoors. But we need to solidify the bench.
But that Chicago, but that Chicago win a chip, get Murray. Carlos Boozer is Randall.
Damn, if we get Murray, but again, we can't get Murray because LA Lakers already said they want him, but Atlanta's not taking D'Lo from what Unc reported earlier. So I'm
I
honestly
thought
at this point, I honestly say, and
my
this is
team
gonna
gonna get
sound
that.
real
I'm telling you.
crazy. Now I'm saying this is gonna sound real crazy, but at this point, I'm on some. I'm gonna go with what Unc said with Herb Jones and Villatenza,
Oh, you
and then I'm
sound
also
out.
gonna do, but I'm gonna do something even crazier though. I'm gonna give up like 3 draft picks to Cleveland to see if I could. Or matter of fact, you know what I'll do? I won't even try to put Grimes in that trade. I'll try to get Donovan Mitchell. I'll try to see if I can get Herb Jones, the center. I can never say his name. Villatenza. Can never say his name right. Him, and also try to get
Valanciunas.
Donovan Mitchell.
To my Valanciunas.
Valanciunas, thank you. And try to get Donovan Mitchell. Use my draft picks with New Orleans, majority, and then try to use Grimes, Fournier, and like a draft pick or two to try to get Mitchell. Because if you get Mitchell with Herb Jones and that backup center, what are we talking about? There goes your secondary ball handler. There goes your hustler on defense because I seen Mitchell on the floor before the ball even crosses half court playing defense, just like a dog. And then you get him. Then you also have Herb Jones coming off the bench with the wing defenders. You also have the defensive pressure in a 2 position now for Mitchell. His ability to shoot, his be able to create. But then everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, what about the chemistry with Brunson and him?" Who cares? If we make it to the, did Pippen and Jordan have good chemistry? No, they didn't. Did Jordan and Rodman have good chemistry? No, they didn't. But they talked it out like men and sat it out and said, "Yo, we need to win," and they figured it out and talked it out. Maybe that was what needed to happen to get everybody in line. And if Mitchell can come with those 2 guys, Herb Jones, oh yeah, championship this year. But what do you think?
Man, I feel like hold on, D. How you feel about D'Lo?
I don't like him. Not because he's not a good player. And like Unc said, I shouldn't not like people because I don't like them personally. I'm talking about his skill set. No. His skill set to our team. Because to me, I think him and Jordan Clarkson have a lot of similarities to at certain points in time where they'll just take the ball and do their own thing and won't even really like be in tune with the team. At least quickly when he did
Yeah,
it,
I
he
understand.
like when Quickly did it, he did it because he created a fast break beating everybody down the court and then going. So like for me, if we have that same problem, then we might as well have just gotten Clarkson. But I don't like him as far as what he can do for us. But as far as a player, if he can contribute and like hold down the minutes and be accurate, then yeah, why not? But right off the rip, I see it being more difficult than Clarkson.
Me too. I ain't no fan.
So what do you think about Donovan Mitchell being the two guard with Herb Jones and Vincenzo?
Who,
I
me?
still can't say his name. Still can't say his name right. I said so. Let's think about it that way. You said we needed a guard based off of Unk's earlier trade, but we don't trade Grimes. We trade draft picks for those two guys, and then we end up getting Donovan Mitchell for Fournier, Grimes, and two other draft picks. So we end up trading, let's say, 5 of our draft picks, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Grimes and Fournier. But we have Mitchell, Herb Jones, and Vincenzo. Would you think that that's a good enough
Really?
roster?
Huh? You talking about the center?
Yeah, I can never.
Okay,
How do you say his
okay,
name again? I'm sorry.
okay.
I'm so. It's so hard to say because.
Valanciunas.
Oh, Valanciunas. Okay,
Yeah.
Valanciunas. I thought it was Valanciunas. Okay,
No.
Valanciunas. Okay, Valanciunas. So then we have
Yeah.
Valanciunas, Herb Jones, Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah.
What do you think about that squad?
I mean, that's a good team. I ain't gonna front because I ain't gonna front.
And then
In my
this
opinion,
year, go ahead. My fault. I
I
cut you
always
off.
wanted I always wanted Donovan. To be honest, I ain't really want Brunson, but then when he came here and then when I see him ball, I'm like, okay, now I see why everybody hype about him and stuff like that. So if we could get Donovan, even if we could get Donovan and like somebody else that could just not as far as Grimes but level, but somebody that could hold as far as the defense wise, I think we'll be to the finals. I'm not gonna say we're gonna win, but I know we're
But
gonna.
Mitchell's gonna bring you that defense though. So are you really gonna pick up a secondary player? Because I'm sorry, I seen Mitchell play, and boy, I see that kid run line to line, back and like I'm surprised he ain't injured. That's all I'm trying to say. Him and Brunson, like the way that they just be running constantly, it's like I love it. But he's gonna give you the defense you need. So what type of defensive player are we talking? We're talking about a wing. If we already have Herb Jones, we got the wing defender.
But to be honest, I wouldn't want Herb Jones to be honest.
Okay, so
Because
let's do this.
I would want like somebody like Najee Marshall or something like that. Somebody cheaper than Herb Jones.
See. I see what you're saying. You like Herb Jones, but you don't want to give up Grimes for him.
Exactly. You know what I'm
I
saying?
see what
Like I
you're
want
saying.
to keep Grimes so
So you get a better piece later on.
exactly.
Okay, so how about we do this? If they were to get Mitchell just off of those trades already, and you would just to get Herb Jones and they say, yo, but we want Grimes, would you do it?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. So basically what you're saying is you like Mitchell as our guy to fill the two spot. But then that
Yeah.
would push DiVincenzo back to the second team.
Exactly. And he could dominate.
I like the
I don't have no
transition,
problem
but
with
I
that.
don't know if he would. I don't know if he would. I like the
No,
transition because that would put him in the sixth man of the year honors. Plus with his high percentage with the 3-point shooting. Plus with what he's going to contribute off the bench and resting as opposed to starting, which means he's playing lesser minutes. He's going to be able to use more energy to cover more ground as well as be more effective on defense and his own offense. So it'll be better for us. But I don't know if he would do that. I mean, I know he's done that with Golden State and all of that, but he stepped up when we needed him, and you're gonna demote him. To me, it comes off the same way you treating Grimes.
I mean, all right. So let me ask you a question. If you had a choice to choose out of Donovan or Didi, who are you choosing?
I'm gonna pick Mitch.
Okay, then. So, like, who you
But
talking
but
about?
but then
It's the
but
better of the team.
you're right.
It's
That's
not
what
to
I
hurt
said.
anybody's feelings.
No, you're right. But then some players don't play the same. Look at Grimes. Grimes started, he looked trashy, got on, started on the bench, and was looking amazing, and then just fell off again. Some guys just don't have certain consistency. I'm not saying DiVincenzo isn't consistent. I know he's consistent coming off the bench. I know he's good as a facilitator and what he does. But what I'm saying is he stepped into a role that was outside of his role and he's improved and helped us out dramatically. Now, instead of rewarding him by keeping him there, you're going to push him to the second team, which is good because he still gets the six man honors, less minutes, more points, high accuracy, like we said. But it might mess with his mentality. Because for me, if I busted my pump and I'm doing all of this and I made the second team, I outshined your guy who was here for a year at least more than me or 3 years longer than me. And then now you're gonna tell me to take a
And
back
then
seat for another
you're gonna
superstar?
have to out. All right, so then you're gonna have to be in competition to outshine Donovan Mitchell. So I be honest, who you think gonna win that battle? Like,
No,
come
no,
on.
we know,
So
we know, we know. I was just like I said, I was just trolling with that because I honestly think DiVincenzo would be like, you know what, hell yeah, because he's the type of dude that I think that like, unlike Josh Hart, where Josh Hart has moments of he shows good energy and then he'll play bad, like you can see he plays with his emotion. DiVincenzo's
exactly.
only emotion, DiVincenzo's only emotion is let's go, and he talks a hell of a lot of the smack, but
Right.
he's just a hell of a lot of aggressive, and if he's okay with that. Oh, we're totally fine. And I know he would be because he made the adjustment with Grimes. He's made even after they did that, they still played him off sometimes, starting and sitting him. So he's okay with that. But I was just trolling with that whole thing to try to see if he gets some type of controversy. So just letting you know. I think it's a perfect fit. Mitchell comes, his defense at the two, plus his scoring. Randle don't have to do that much.
No, but I think we still need. Well, then, yeah, that solve everything. To be honest, but to be honest, I don't think the Knicks is gonna. I think they want Donovan, but they
They're
want
gonna
to
wait till
wait
next year.
as far. Yeah, I think they want to. They
That's what
want to
I was
wait
trying to
until
bring up.
it's nobody left. Get what I'm saying? Then they could get him for
Yep.
the scraps. Like that's what they always do. Like, but
That's what I was trying to bring up when NY was here. I was like, I think the Knicks are gonna solidify the roster to back up the back end, like Unc said, with Herb Jones, people like players like that, and then later on, probably next season or towards the trade deadline, try to put a push for Mitchell to see what
yeah,
happens. Because if you get Mitchell at the beginning of the season, oh, forget about it. Forget about it. Everybody's healthy with Donovan Mitchell right now, without even having Herb Jones or Villancenza.
like he's pronouncing his name wrong.
I can't get his name right. I don't know what it is. It's like
What
dyslexia.
are you talking about? Didi?
No. I was talking about Villancenza.
Dante?
No, Valanciunas, the center again.
Oh, Valanciunas. Okay.
Valanciunas. There you go. Hey, I got it right. There you go. Valanciunas. So even if we don't have Valanciunas or Herb Jones, and we do get Mitchell, I think the Knicks would still be like everyone would be like, "Yo, that's perfect," because now we can get guys off of free agency around the trade deadline. I think that's what they're really trying to keep their mouth quiet because if the Knicks want to make a move after trading RJ and quickly, you make a move to get Donovan Mitchell and you gave up Grimes, Fournier, and like another a Precious Achiuwa or somebody else, and like 2, 3 draft picks. Even if we don't get the backups, everybody's gonna be happy because next year they're gonna be like, "Yo, we're good."
And somebody just said something in the chat, and I, I slightly agree.
Go ahead, read it, please. Thank you for your contribution, chat. Thank you for always giving us your inputs. We value it. Go ahead, King.
Killer Kamazi. He said Herb Jones ain't coming to the Knicks. Terrible take. He's expecting a max contract extension.
So the fact that New Orleans is putting him up on a trading block means that he can't come to New York if the offer isn't good.
What's gonna be the offer?
But that's the whole thing. He said he's not coming to New York.
Because
But
first of all, we gotta pay what's his name again? Oh my God, what's OG?
mm-hmm.
So that's like he's getting at least like 30 something million.
Yo, please get the intel right. Herb Jones already signed this summer.
See, told you.
And they talking about Trey Murphy looking for things. Please get your intel right. Herb
Oh,
Jones, yeah, Herb Jones ain't. Man, come on, bro.
See, told you. Unc brought it up already. He said it clear. He covered all bases. He said they already put him on the trade block. He's already there with the contract. We can have him, and we can set up for OG next year when it comes to OG's money. That's just similar to what I remember what he said. I'm sorry, I cannot say your name. Luke, what? Luke Walker
Herb Jones has
Visions.
got extension.
Yep. See, thank you for your contribution, Luke Walker Visions. I hope them glasses, man, making you see ants, man, from miles away, bro. Because that's a good point. Sorry, I was just trying to make a joke. But no, see, like with the Herb Jones, like that right there shows that he can come to New York. So if he does come, what's the issue? And plus, like it says, if the front office is willing to trade him, you can make the right offer for any player.
That's a fact.
I really want Mitchell. That's been like my guy. I've been holding on for him because
Me too.
the whole Detroit thing and listening to how he's been, and I saw him in Utah, and then I see him with the Cavs, and I see how he is, and he's been talking about New York, New York, New York, and I'm like, I would like to see how he would play. No, because let's be real, this is like second coming of Carmelo if he were to come to me. Not saying the type of player he is, the position and what he brings to New York. I'm not saying that. I'm saying where a majority of the fans would love to have a player of his caliber here, and they
But
wouldn't mind giving up draft picks for him.
this is my only take though, to be honest, because I get what you're saying, but in my opinion, I feel that Brunson feels like, and like that's gonna outshine him.
Yeah,
Because if that's the case, then if Donovan come, like Brunson is like, yeah, I'm saying it's like, yeah, yeah, because it's Donovan now. So I could see that happening, but then again, I can't see that happening. So it's like a 50-50 for me.
the end of the day, everybody's goal is to win the championship. If Brunson and Mitchell, as good as their games are, can't come to terms to where they can make it work, then regardless of what we think, it's not going to work. But I think that in this day and age, the Donovan Mitchell I've seen, the reason why I say I like him, I've said it with IBK and
IBM
Dre.
Dre.
I apologize,
Dre.
Dre. I'm stuttering. You know,
Say
all
Dre.
love, brother. And we've had it with Unc on here as well, where I have said it, where I was like, hey, I loved Mitchell. I saw him 2 years ago getting on the court after they played Utah, talking to Garland about how he wants to play with him. I see how he plays this and and I like that. So for me, with his energy and his work ethic coming to the Knicks, a lot of these players, Josh Hart and everybody else, would step in line and fall into place. And I think that Brunson would be like, yo, you handle the team, I'm going to run the ship. Like, he's going to be like, yo, you handle the crew, I'm the captain of the ship. And what's going to end up happening is you're going to have Brunson as a captain, you're going to have Randle as the chief warrant officer, or if you want to say as the sergeant major, and then you're going to have the guy who's running the crew in freaking Mitchell and keeping everybody in line. And if that happens, Brunson's gonna be giving you more assists. Randall's gonna be like the team would blow up, and I think that because of how they are as players and how they've been and how they're trying to prove something, if they can still prove their point with help, no one will turn that down. Especially if they win in New York. So, like I said, that's why I like Mitchell. I like Mitchell because of his hustle, his work ethic. Anytime he was injured, he was still training, trying to get back as quick as possible. I like that he doesn't mind taking a back seat. He's gonna do what he needs to do. And Tibbs, needing his defense, needing his speed and his hands is going to really help us out a lot. And with a player like him, if we add him and nobody else, I think even next year we're making the finals. And I'm okay with taking the stump this year because we lost Mitchell and we basically are thin right now and we're still successful. What you think, King Ruby? Okay. Luca Walker Vision, thank you for your contribution. Oh, it's the same one. Herb Jones got an extension. So yeah. Also, like with, hey man, how you doing, man?
I just got back from the supermarket.
Okay, so what you got? What you got on this intake? Because I just brought up that the Knicks
On
should bring in Mitchell. Well, I was bringing up that the Knicks should bring in Mitchell, and Unc also earlier talked about bringing in Herm Jones and Vincenza from New Orleans Pelicans for Grimes and and Fournier and draft picks. So what do you think?
I don't like either of those options. You already know how adamant I've been of build through the draft and stop playing the role of the hypocrite by giving away draft capital for a quick fix.
Okay, but these are
I've
you're
made
getting.
this point since last year. I don't want to cough up draft capital for a player that's little more than a quick fix to cover up the deficiencies.
I agree.
But wait, if they're covering up the inefficiencies, that gets us to be more productive, and if we're more productive, we have better chances of winning a championship. So in the end, if it gets us to the finals, isn't it worth it?
But I am not
I agree
willing to
with that
give
too.
up first round draft capital. We've done this the last couple of years, and it's pissed me off that Leon Rose says he wants to build for the draft, and yet he turns around and gives away those picks for quick fix pieces that he then gives out in bloated contracts that will bite the team in the ass when it comes to cap space in the long term.
I agree.
But like I said, all I'm saying is if the results is to win a championship and we're there, we can't say it until it happens. Because I honestly feel that the moves that we've made, given with the health that we've had and everything, we're basically we're 8 out of the last 10 games. We won 8 of those games, and 2 of those games we didn't even have Brunson. So for me, what we need to do is solidify our course so then that way when we get to the playoffs, we're good. And giving up draft capital, if that solidifies it, I would rather do that because a player coming in the league isn't guaranteed. How many first rounders or even second rounders are still in the league now from 3 years ago? Very few. And that's the whole point about, yeah, let's build through the draft. But you build through the draft, you don't know what you're getting. But if you're trading draft picks now to get players that are going to already give you what they know and you already know what they're proving and their contributions cover the holes to where you guys get to the finals, then nobody can say nothing bad about that because it's a good move in my eyes.
Well, I say
I
it's
agree.
well, I say it's still a stupid idea. Commit to build to the. If you're gonna say build through the draft, then fucking commit to it. Pardon my mouth, but you get the point.
But you can't do that though, not in this league, because let's be real. Let's literally be honest. Jalen Brunson's numbers this year is similar to year 5 of Steph Curry, and no one is paying respect as far as how well he is playing, because he's on the Knicks. Because you know why? The game has changed so much from when year 5 Steph Curry came in, and even if you're putting up numbers like that when he won MVP, you do that now, you're getting overlooked. So the league and the development and everything changes. It's very unfair to sit here and say this year you're going to build through the draft, and then you realize the league changed. Then the next 2 years you're like, all right, let's hold off on the draft. At some point, you can't build on the draft like that because it's very high. It's like high risk, high reward. Now go ahead, go ahead.
But we gotta do something then.
Question is, what?
Because I don't like the backup. My point guard backup is Deuce McBride. that can't go.
I mean, if you want to get rid of Deuce, Grimes, and Fournier, fine. Just put them in a guard package and we can get someone for backup. But no draft picks getting swapped. We need to get rid of that Fournier contract somehow. Otherwise, we're going to be eating a slew of dead cap after this year.
I agree with that. So, would you think that Mitchell would be a good addition? Mets?
Considering how much money it would cost us to just get him, no.
And what about Herb Jones and Vincenzo?
With Holmes signing a contract extension, it's not likely we're going to get him. The other guy, it's possible.
Okay. Why do you feel we won't be able to get Herb Jones if he's
He
already
just got a
an
contract extension?
Yeah, but the team is looking to go ahead and moving him.
Yeah.
So if they're able to move him with the contract extension, we don't have to worry about paying him down the road. We could just focus on the OG. And then at the end of that, and then at the end of the following season, we could worry about Brunson and Randle. So now we'll have OG, our backup, and Herb Jones, both on the contract when it's time for us to focus on our two stars.
I'll do that.
Question is then how much you want to sign OG to and for how long? You have the same issue with Precious and Flynn. I mean, Flynn you could easily cut. Precious and OG on the other hand, do you keep those two around? OG, yes, but Achua's up in the air.
And OG, hope they saying we want a 30 plus.
For how long?
4 years.
Okay, I don't have an issue with that. 4-year, $30 million plan or so. I don't have a problem with that.
So now you have OG, Herb Jones. You have your backup center for now. You also have other options that you can still do later on with your draft picks. What would you do, Mets, if you had Herb Jones and Valanciunas? Valanciunas, thank you. Well, who else would you add?
I don't know.
Be a point guard or a shooting guard, a facilitator, in my opinion.
Or it could be a backup to Randle.
But how if you still need a facilitator? If you look
because Randle is our only true power forward on the team. He's the only one that has yet to actually go down longer than anybody else and have any serious injury. When that happens, we're done because we don't have a solidified power forward.
21-22 when he had that knee injury stretch.
Bleacher Reports right now is saying the Knicks need a facilitator. That's all they're saying is facilitator. And the names they got is stuff like Malcolm Brogdon and stuff like that. Terry Rozier.
I honestly don't think that that's the Knicks because if that were true, then we would have heard about this OG trade. We would have heard about something instead of it just happening.
All right. Don't be surprised when in 2 weeks we hear about Terry Rozier, one of them guards, coming to the Knicks.
Hey, that's cool. I'm okay with that. They covered the void that we needed. But what I'm trying to say is we didn't know about the OG trade till it happened. The Knicks, for some reason, because if you look at the beginning of the season with the whole controversy with the Raptors cheating and all of that, and we were supposed to be suing them. That's why I said I didn't even know we were going to go ahead and trade with them after that. So for me, it's like I don't know what the Knicks are doing, but they pulled off a very significant trade that's helping us in staying on the path. Because I think, honestly, if we kept the players we had, we would have never won 8 out of our last 10. We would probably be like three games because some of those games we won like by 25 points. I'm going to keep saying it. Back up, man. We need a backup Randle, bro. Because Randle, That's our workhorse, man.
And
I just gonna,
Brunson.
no.
You keep
See,
saying
what y'all,
Randle, Brunson too.
I,
Brunson is hurt.
Randle is our Gladysdale. Brunson is the guy in the hat, God in him. That's what we need to do. We need to make sure the workhorse who's been here from jump is protected and taken care of. Because no matter what you say, Brunson's always gonna have a good game or a bad game, and nobody's gonna get
Okay,
him.
can I ask you a question? But listen
Go ahead.
to this. When Brunson is out for the game, right? He's off. He's gone. Who the Knicks play in his
Well,
position?
they got
Grind,
options.
McBride. That's in playoff mode. If you're in the
DiVincenzo,
playoffs,
McBride.
you cannot play McBride in the playoffs for your starting point guard. You're
Hey,
gonna
you're
get
not
cooked.
expecting.
McBride versus just say another point guard. That's he's gonna get destroyed.
Not really, because really, what are you asking McBride to do in the playoffs at that time?
Play
Because I've
defense.
seen McBride exactly. So if I have McBride in there for 2 minutes at the end of the first quarter playing defense, locking down their guys, he's contributing. He's helping us in the playoffs.
Hold on. You said 2 minutes.
In the end
Jalen
of the,
Brunson is
you
out.
said if they needed to rest him at the end of 2 minutes in the
So
first quarter, I'm resting
no.
Brunson. I'm putting
I
in
said
McBride.
if Jalen Brunson is out for the for a game for the playoffs, right? And they filling his spot for
Oh,
McBride.
okay. Now I
McBride is
see what
going to
you're
have to
saying.
play exactly. You get what I'm saying? Like I don't think McBride is doing that in the playoffs. I
But
don't see that.
I think the rotation would change entirely. Then
No, of course.
I don't think McBride would even be starting. I honestly think they would try to run it with DiVincenzo. I mean, if we had Herb Jones and if we had Herb Jones, I'm telling you, you could run it that way. Like Unc said, he could play the 2, he could play the 3, he could play the 4. Like you can use him to cover when Brunson goes out. If you really want to talk about Herb Jones, but if you're talking about now and just McBride, having trust and faith in McBride in the playoffs, I don't know. Because if his defensive assignment in the playoffs is to shut down their facilitator,
See, look.
for
Go ahead.
example, no. Let me give you an example. Let's say we're playing Indiana and McBride, just like you said, we're playing Indiana. It's game 2 in the playoffs. Indiana has Halliburton and we got McBride on Halliburton. Halliburton has been known to give 20. Let's just say he's on fire. He's giving out like 17 or 16 assists. What is McBride's job to do? Not give him 16 to 17 assists. Maybe 8. Maybe contest him. Maybe make him make harder shots. Get in his face. Don't give him the opportunity to get what he normally is good at, which is those 16 assists to win. Because those 8 or 10 assists, those other 6 assists that he's missing out on, that's 12 points. We could win off of that. But McBride ain't contributing offensively. You could do that for a game or two.
Well, listen. And I'm looking in the chat, and everybody is agreeing with what I'm saying. Like, I think Deuce McBride is like, nah, man, he ain't it, man. Especially for the playoffs.
I just gave you a scenario of where he would be perfectly good for. If you got him shutting down a guy like Tyrese Halliburton, preventing him from getting his 16 assists, and we're still winning, how is that not good for a playoff team?
It's crazy.
I'm sorry, Chad. I'm not trying to be like devil's advocate. I'm just asking a genuine question because not every player is offensively talented or defensively talented. Not everybody has a specific skill set. They just work together. So if McBride can stop their key facilitator and we do better, how is that not gonna help us in the playoff, guys? I'm asking the chat and I'm asking everybody.
So Uncle Freezie, if you want to give Keyshawn a link.
Nah, go ahead. Read out what they say because I can't see the
No,
chat.
I said Keyshawn asking for the link.
Oh, I don't have that access. I'm sorry, Keyshawn. If Unc's here, you could probably ask him or just text in the chat. He'll probably pick it up later. But I don't have the link. But can you just drop your point or question in the chat right now so we could discuss it until you get the link, or if it is possible you get it?
Like he's saying, nobody's stopping Tyrese.
Wait, nobody's what?
Oh, Freezy just put the link in the thing.
Okay, cool. So, sir, come on up here. The floor is yours when you're ready. Whew, I love Knicks talk, man. No, because for me, it's like the way I see the game. Nobody really
Hold on,
sees
wait, not
it.
to cut you up. Ivory,
Go
come
ahead.
up, too.
Yeah, come up.
Ivory be having them dope takes.
Yeah, that's like I said. Someone else can. I'll be here to moderate it, man. I want to hear what you guys got to say because you guys are a part of this. Like, without y'all, they ain't know us, and without us, they ain't know all of us. You feel me?
Yeah, see, Randle need help off the bench.
See?
Precious ain't it.
Exactly. Precious ain't it. That's what I'm saying. Like, for me, if we really think about it, why didn't we get a backup guy or a backup guard with the Raptors trade? Like, why did we settle for Flynn and Achua? That's why I said I think we need to try to give Flynn more time because I've seen Flynn and OG. They've been doing some work.
Yeah, look, when we talk
I've seen.
playoffs,
Yeah, but still,
look,
if he has chemistry with him, you said McBride may not be that dude, but if we still got Flynn, you could throw Flynn in there for a couple of minutes.
no, see, look, you talking about these? Nah, man, we
You
need
okay? Because
like
you're telling me for a game or two. I'm giving you a scenario for a game. If you're
in the
talking about
playoffs.
for the
I'm talking about
whole
playoffs.
playoffs, then if Brunson's out for the whole playoffs, the Knicks would have made a trade for
No.
for.
I'm not saying that. I'm just talking about as far as just a player. Like we need somebody. Like I
Yeah,
don't.
I'm sorry, who's this? I can't see your name. I apologize.
it's Keyshawn. What's going on, guys?
What's good?
Keyshawn, good afternoon, sir. You have the floor.
Nah, regarding the few trades y'all was talking about,
No,
honestly,
that's him. That's him.
nah, like
Okay.
it's not like no bad trade, but I don't just don't think it'll be enough to get us over that hump. Personally, and I don't think we would give up picks to get a Herb Jones. I think personally that they gonna look for a big fish. Like I'm thinking they looking to see what Philly's gonna do with Embiid, how they do in the
Mm-hmm.
playoffs. I'm seeing how like think Booker out in Phoenix because he's CIA and all that, and then Zion too. I think they're looking for a real 1A, and they willing to trade those picks for. I don't think they're gonna trade picks for no bench player right now, or they might maybe like a second, like something like that. But you know, that's really
Okay.
In my
So
opinion, I've go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say, to your point about Embiid, he's last year's MVP. No way, no way we're gonna have to give up everything for a guy like that. He's an MVP. Regardless of what anybody says about his skill set or how perfect he is for us, he's an MVP. Those guys do not come cheap. That's the same price we're gonna pay for a Giannis. That's the same price we're gonna go
Exactly.
ahead and play
that's what
with
we
all
got
of
the
those
picks
guys.
for.
But this is what I'm telling you. We're gonna lose everything else we have in either
We're not.
Randall and or Brunson, both of them, because of the MVP skill set
Yeah,
that Embiid has. And I'm also gonna tell you this too. Most people don't even realize how Embiid plays his game out of the post. Embiid is very productive, but you need an off guard that can work off of him in rotation. That's why Maxey does so well when he's in the game. Yes, Maxey can't play, but most of his production is off of Embiid. So if we were to go after Embiid, why did we trade away quickly and sign Brunson? Quickly would be a better fit for an Embiid type of style player. Also, you said Booker. They're not going to get rid of Booker because as of last year, people have been putting on notice that Booker and Tatum are in the same category to where they are great players for their franchises, but they just can't get over the hump. And nobody's going to give them up because of, if you look, Donovan Mitchell, Rudy Gobert, look at those guys. Those guys weren't even on the level as, to me, as a Booker or any of them. I'm not saying one is better and one is
but if
worse.
players
But what
want
I'm
to
saying
leave, they're
is
gonna go. If players want to go, they're gonna go, man. All these
you're
players,
right.
all these stars these days, they don't stay on the same team. Like
But what I'm saying is the
we
Suns
saving all
organization.
these picks up to get a big player. We're not saving all these picks up to get a DeMar DeRozan or someone. We're
I
not
agree with you.
doing that, bro. So You talking about this with Embiid? We would probably have to give up one of the two, and I would probably think it would be Julius Randle. No shade to him or anything like that, but that's just how the game go. Probably be Randle and Mitch, honestly, with picks. Um, but if they
But
think
then
that's the
what
best,
about OG's contract next year? What about Brunson at the following season
They got
where
that
he's going to
covered.
want the extension?
I think they got that on the mind. I don't think
Exactly.
they're not worried about that. You know what I mean? These businessmen. It's not, and they all CAA too. Like Brunson's agent is his son. Same with OG.
He gonna get this for the cheap.
So, okay, you're telling me you're okay with trading everything we have right now and just probably keeping Brunson.
What's everything we have? What do you?
I'm talking about getting rid of Randall. We're probably
That
going to most likely
Randall's
going to.
one person. I respect his game. He's a good, really good player, but he's not everything we have. I'm
But you're
sorry.
also going to give up draft picks, which is your future.
Yes,
That's
that's what we
also a part
built
of
up
it.
for. We're doing that for a main guy.
You don't see the
Oh,
articles.
No, I
that's the
don't.
whole plot.
I don't see Embiid is what I'm trying to say. I can see a trade, but not for an MVP caliber like Embiid without giving up everybody and only really having just Brunson and him, and that's not going to work well because one, his contract,
Everybody.
we're going to have to pay him first before Brunson when Brunson's been here helping us out, and he's an MVP. There's things that come with that we're going to have to give him, and we can't. I don't think we can do that. We barely can pay
Bro,
Randall
we're
right
gonna
now.
give them
He's not an MVP.
we're gonna give him an all NBA player, one of the best defensive centers in the league, and probably a total busload of picks.
Okay, so who else would be on the team then if we had Embiid? I'm just curious because Grimes would probably be gone. Your draft picks would be gone. So it'll be
It'll be
Brunson,
probably
Embiid, and who else?
no, it'll be Brunson, Dante, OG. I don't know who to be the power forward, and then center be Embiid.
Okay, so we're looking for a power forward. What about the bench?
The bench should be
They'll probably add other people in this trade. It's not just gonna be like a straight up, you know what I mean? There's
like
gonna be
Josh
other things
Hart.
going on. Like they definitely want to get rid of Tobias Harris. It all depends on what's going on. You know what I mean? But
Okay,
I'm just
so
saying, you're thinking they're not trying to save up for a big name. Then I feel like you're mistaken, bro. Because
no,
they're not
I never
saving these
said that.
picks up. What do you think they're saving these picks up for? Then?
Exactly.
I said that they should trade their picks to get better players to get a better player. Like I've
Oh
given
yeah,
my Spurs, but as
you
far as
said
Embiid.
Donovan Mitchell.
But as
Honestly,
far as Embiid, but wait, hold on. You
nah,
asked me about
you
Embiid.
good.
I'm gonna just tell you real quick about Embiid. Like the thing about Embiid is, I'm not gonna say that he's not a good fit for New York. All I'm trying to simply say is the Sixers have a better record than we do. Why would they get rid of their last year MVP player, their number one star, who's averaging 30 and 10 since Wilt Chamberlain has
Because he
done it?
does not
And
want
wait,
to
hold on,
be
hold
there.
on. Let me just ask a question. They're gonna trade him when they're in the third spot to a team who's currently in the fifth spot for
Bro,
draft picks.
they just got rid of James Harden.
That's different though. When they got rid of
Talking
James Harden,
about
they're still
if
productive.
Joel Embiid thinks he can't succeed in Philly, he would want to go, like all these star players in this era are doing. I don't think that's out of the normal. Like you're making it sound like it's a crazy harebrained thing. Like Kyrie, KD, all these dudes is
No,
out of here. Dame,
I'm
all
not
these
saying that
dudes.
we can't. I'm not saying that we can't get Embiid. What I'm simply trying to tell you is it doesn't make sense for the organization.
It
They are
doesn't even
third
have to
in the
be
East.
Embiid. I'm
They
just
are
saying.
third.
I I named other people, but my point is we're saving these picks up for someone like a big name.
I
That's
agree with
all
you on
I'm
that.
saying.
And then, okay, you also said big names as well. You said Booker. Booker is the future of the Suns. Same thing with Embiid. I think that they're gonna back Booker in the way that they're gonna believe in him. I don't think that they would trade Booker as far as the two guys you mentioned. And as far as the bench players, I don't honestly know what kind of bench players they're gonna get because everyone's saying I'm wrong with looking for a power
No,
forward.
nobody wants
So
to trade their stars. But the stars, if they want to leave and they force the issue, what can you do? You force their hand. Nobody wants to leave. I mean, nobody wants their star player to go.
But then that's
obviously.
crazy. But that's crazy though because
But they still
everybody in the
show.
chat. No, I'm saying because everybody in the chat is saying Herb Jones can't come to New York, but he signed an extension. And on top of that, not only did he sign an extension, if he comes to New York, he has a better chance of winning a championship here. So he's gonna want to play. So he may not want to initially come here, but he can come here. So the same way you guys look at Embiid, why aren't you looking at it with Herb Jones or all these other guys that can
Who
help
said he
you
don't
out?
want to come here?
Because just how you don't think these teams don't want to sell certain players, I don't think Pelicans want to sell Herb Jones, in my
That's
opinion.
what I was saying. Like, yeah.
And
I
if
think
the
they would rather
Pelicans
get rid
don't
of
want
Zion
to,
before
okay.
they get rid of Herb Jones.
If the Pelicans don't want, and this is the Pelicans, they don't want to get rid of Herb Jones. What makes you think the 76ers is going to get rid of Embiid?
Bro,
That's
it's
only if they
different
like.
situations.
That's only if something happened like they get eliminated in like the first round, and then like Embiid say he want out of some drastic situation like that. It's what's supposed to occur.
Bro, they
But
haven't gotten out the
that's
second round in Embiid's career.
but that's planning for next year. We're talking about
The
this
Knicks
year.
got to the Randle got to the second round in 3 years here. Embiid never got out the second round in his career. If they're not making noise, you think they're gonna make it out the second round this season? Even though they're the third seed? It's possible, but do you really think that's gonna happen?
Honestly, I don't know what's
I
going to
don't think
happen with the
so.
76ers because I'm a Knicks fan, but I honestly think that given what's going on right now, we can beat the 76ers. We can play Boston to a game seven, maybe win. Not Boston, the Bucks. But then after that, Boston, I don't think we're ready because we don't have the assets to cover the wing players. We don't have the assets to deal with their passing, the way how they play their offense. And if they're running and they're hitting their shots, we're pretty much going to be cooked. So for me, why would I trade my most valued asset in third place to a team that's going to supersede me anyway?
This is the player power era, player empowerment era. If players want to go, like we've seen all throughout the year, it's gonna happen. Like I don't understand.
So why not back up Randall? If that's the case, let's find someone to help Randall because at the end of the day, even with this trade you just offered about Embiid, you still need a power forward. Why are we not focusing on a power forward or a center, especially if Hartenstein is injured?
I mean, I feel like the first thing to do would be to get the guy in here, and then maybe think of that after. Or they can have that along the way. I don't know. They could have it could be a 3-team trade for all we know.
So, okay, outside of Embiid and Booker, because we've already addressed that, who do you think we can attract now to help us win now? To at least make an Eastern Conference final run with the assets we have and everything.
A Eastern Conference final. I don't even think we need like a star for that. I think we just need like a really good bench player, like a really good role player, for like a to be a threat to get to the Eastern Conference. But like for a title, like I would think we need a star
A star?
for like to go all the way.
Hmm.
Like a
I'm
real,
sorry.
I mean like a one
Everything
A,
to
like
me,
1A.
no, I'm not trying to knock you or nothing. It's just all I'm hearing is Donovan Mitchell, and I'm trying to think of another name that's reasonable, but he's the only one there. That's why I'm asking you to help me out because when people's like, we need a star, he's the only one I see that's available that we can grab.
Yeah,
Donovan, right?
I like Mitchell.
Yeah,
I just I
Donovan Mitchell. Like that's the only. Think about it. Anybody else? Jordan Clarkson. Unc was on here earlier said that he would be a problem for Tibbs if we thought that quickly was a headache for Tibbs. So that probably won't work. I have an issue with Brogdon because of his injury issues, and he's kind of hurt right now. So Burke was brought up too. Burke is good too, but for me, it's like the only one I see is Mitchell because of what he can bring, offense, defense. Like
yeah. Definitely. Yeah. With Murray, I mean, with Mitchell, I like Mitchell. Definitely. He's definitely gonna get us buckets. The only thing with me is I know he's gonna be a free agent, and I think he would still want to come to the Knicks. So I feel like that could be a possibility where we wouldn't even have to like trade nothing for him.
Nah, that's why.
But things can change. Who knows? But I mean, I think that could be a possibility.
But if that's the case, then I guess the Knicks are going to revert back to old ways because given what we have with our injuries and it's hard for us to find pieces right now, I think that's what the Knicks would do. Basically, re-solidify the roster now as best as they can, and then next year, if they can, try to get Mitchell.
Yes, they could definitely go for him.
Because you guys would, because we're fifth right now, and the Knicks will be able to make a playoff run. And if we lose, we can still say, hey, we made 3 out of 4 years playoffs. We dealt with injuries. We have, reasons. But for the most part, even though we won't accept it, it's still there. But if they make the playoff runs, we get past the second round, and then we get Mitchell the next year. Oh, tickets are gonna sell out even more. Everybody's gonna be talking about the Knicks being favorites. Like maybe that's their angle.
Could be. I'm not sold on trading for Mitchell. As far as trading our picks for him, but if he wants to come here free agency or something, I'm
So
definitely.
who? Not to cut you off. So who would you be interested in trading your picks for?
Oh, I named the names already. Zion, well, I don't want Zion personally, but I think that's who they would go for. Like that's who Leon and them would go for. But
Okay.
yeah, Zion or Embiid or Booker, like people that's like the stars that are linked to CIA or Cat,
Yeah.
um, things like
Can we
that.
talk about Cat, please? Can we talk about Cat?
But I gotta get out of here, so I'm gonna holler at y'all later.
Thank you for coming on,
I
man. And
All
salute.
you have
right,
a
no
good day.
problem. All right.
I gotta talk about Cat. I don't know why people keep thinking Cat is such a perfect fit for New York. Don't get me wrong. He's a great player. Everything he
Elaborate.
does and contributes. He's a really good player. But for me, I've noticed something in this game. He's allowing defenders to blow by him now more to where he can go and grab a rebound or a poke at the defense. Same thing with Ant-Man. Both of these guys were good defense before they got Gobert. But when Ant-Man and Gobert got together, he had a higher rating than when he did with Ant-Man and Cat. Now that Cat, Ant-Man, and Gobert's there, Gobert is
Still
probably
there,
number one.
whatever.
Yeah, he still is number one for the defensive player of the year. It's like everyone's like, oh, Cat's still playing defense. No. If you look, Cat is letting his man go by to get beat. The guy gets a contested shot from Gobert, and then Cat sneaks in underneath to grab the rebound, or he tries to poke at the pass. And Ant Man does the same thing, but Ant Man doesn't go under the basket. What Ant Man does is let his guy go by. He'll poke and start leaking to go back on offense. Nobody has been bringing these things up about these players over the season. That's why I'm saying, like, why do you guys think Cat would be better than what Randle does? Is because he shoots the three?
Pronounce Gobert, but whatever.
That's it. That's what I'm saying. It's Gobert. Gobert is the number one defensive player of the year. The next player under him for ranking is by 20 points, and it's Chet.
Chet Holmgren?
Yeah, he's second for defensive player of the year ranking. 20 points under Gobert. And here's the funny thing. If you look at Cat's ranking, where he's at this year, not last year because he got hurt for 50-something games, but if you looked at it to the previous years, he's ranked higher the previous year than he was this year.
Coach said, name 5 NBA duos better than Jalen Brunson and Randle right now.
5 duos?
Yeah.
Do they have to be point guard forward or just duos?
I think it don't matter.
Okay. You got Jamal Murray, Jokic, champions.
Mm-hmm.
You can still say that. You said how many? 10 or 5?
No, 5.
Okay, so that's one. The next one I got, you can say Embiid and Maxey because Embiid has been having a record season of 30 and 10, like I said earlier.
Mm-hmm.
You can even say Dame and Jokic. I mean, not Jokic, my fault. Dame
Giannis.
and Giannis. Sorry, my fault. Yeah. You can say Dame and Giannis. So those are the 3 right there. Let's see who else. Better duo. I hate to say this because I'm a Knicks fan, but because of Boston is the first team right now.
KP and Jalen.
Yeah. So that's 4. No, because of the ranking. You got to look at the ranking. You got to look at the ranking. That's 4. And then you look at the Timberwolves. Ant-Man and Gobert. There's your 5 right there.
Sorry, coach.
I can keep going. Like I can even go to OKC and say Shy. I can say Shy and Chet. I could even say with Dallas because Woods played better when him and Luka's on the court. And the reason why most people don't know why the team plays better without Luka is because of Williams. Williams is so offensively awkward that he messes up everybody. But when he's in the flow with a team, and Kyrie's on the court, it's a lot easier because Kyrie's used to playing with a guy like Williams than Luka is. So yeah, there goes 7 teams I just gave you right there as far as better than Brunson and the Knicks. With Randle.
Oh, coach said as far as production wise.
All 7, because you look at no, let's go down the line. You look at OKC. Shea's giving you about 28 a game with assists. He has a style play set. You got our rookie who's ranked 2nd as far as DUI. So that goes there. You go to the Timberwolves. You look at Ant-Man. Ant-Man's offense has stepped up even though his defense went down, but it's still contributing to the overall success of the Timberwolves. So now you got him and Defensive Player of the Year. So you got 2 top Defensive Player of the Years with 2 top Offensive Players of the Year. That's why they're better. And then now you go into where I say Boston. Everyone's saying, oh, why Boston? Because KP is playing the way he should have played with us. It's nice, easy. They're not let's be real. They're not expecting a lot from KP. He's relaxed. He's shooting. He's blocking. I've never seen KP be so aggressive on defense trying to block people's shot and dunking on cats like they're small. I remember he used to try to go up and fall down awkwardly all the time. He going up strong. So him and JT, they're doing well because they got the number 1 record in the league. And then now what? That's 4 because I said Boston Timberwolves, Chet. Oh no, this is the 4th team. The 4th team is I just said it. Dang it, the 76ers. 76ers. You look at the 76ers with Embiid. Embiid is averaging a triple-double of 30 and 10 since Wilt. And Maxi's also giving you 25 points plus with passing. And their team is 3rd in the league. That's another door. And then if you look at the final one, which is Dame and Giannis is just balling. And Dame, even though his defense is inconsistent, he still has these spurts to where his game, lacking as it's been and inconsistent as it's been, is actually helping out the team because of Giannis. He misses his shot, most likely Giannis will get the rebound, kick it to somebody else, and he'll score. And then Dame will get a fast break steal or a poke out to go ahead and create a turnover. So they work pretty well, too, to where they're even doing better than I thought. So there goes the teams. What they saying in the chat? I'm sorry. I just want to know what they saying in the chat.
Ain't no comments now. Oh, what's up? What's good, Wiz? Shout out to Wiz, man. He said
hey,
LeBron.
Salute,
said LeBron and AD, PG and Kawhi.
See, I didn't even mention them. And to be honest with you, if you look at Kawhi, how he's been playing this whole season, this dude look like he back with the Raptors. Like, I'm talking about like where he just coming on. I'm seeing tailspin after tailspin. Hey, Wiz, that's a good pick. I forgot about those 2. But I don't really like the Lakers because of the fact is how they're struggling after the in-season tournament. Yeah. I don't know what's been going on since then, but it looked like
pick it up.
Yeah, like they need to pick it up or something. But yeah, those two is dope. I forgot about them. See, that's 9 teams right there.
They're gonna pick it up as soon as they get Murray. So
I think if they get Murray, man, they still got a lot of ways to go because they don't know what to do with Rui. They don't know what to do with everybody else. But that's the Lakers. So we here talking about the Knicks. But for me, I don't think many teams in the East has the physicality that we do. Like Giannis, he's unstoppable, but I've seen Charlotte stop him, like slow him down. to where he fouled out of the game and only got 7 points. So you can slow him down. But what I'm saying is as far as consistency, teamwork, you won't get that same from Brunson and Randle anywhere else because of how
Oh,
they
I,
are.
I get what he's saying now.
What's he saying? I'm sorry.
Basically saying like when have the Knicks had that type of like time where we had two players where we had to like they Gucci now. You get what I'm saying? Like we never had that in mad years. Cause basically it was like Melo, then it was like what? some what?
Amari, KP,
Yes.
Linsanity.
Yeah, it wasn't no duo. That's probably like so I get what coach is saying.
Okay. If you talk about doing like that for us, then yeah, I agree with you. That's why I keep asking everybody, why would you want to get rid of Randle? Randle is the guy that basically started all of this.
That's a fact.
He wanted to come to us, and like if you look at what he set up since he's been here, him and Tibbs, which is even crazier, him and Tibbs are clicking together like they know something we don't know. No, because look, in 4 years, look at how he's been in 4 years. This is the fourth year. He already is a two-time All-Star, two-time freaking uh, All NBA in 3 years. Come on, man. You can't tell me him and the coach ain't clicking. But like I said, man, the thing is for me, I want to keep Randle. I like Randle. He's the guy that started this for us. And if we win a championship, I know we got rid of RJ. I know we got rid of quickly. But for me, if we're going to win a championship, Randle needs to be here.
and I
To me. Go ahead.
and I agree with what he's saying too. He said we in the conversation now a little bit, and I agree with
Yeah.
that because we ain't
Like, we ain't no
everybody
pushover.
hype. It's just Knicks is doing out of the.
Like, this is the first time, like, this is back to back years. We actually can talk about us being in the Eastern Standing top 4 teams. Like, back to back years, we can actually sit here and talk smack to other teams. So, for me, I'm happy where we're at, but to solidify where we're at, I don't know what they're going to do because they did this trade without anybody knowing. So, now what are they going to do next? I want Mitchell. I'm sorry, all roads point to Mitchell. Road to redemption, road to Mitchell. Because it looks like if we get Mitchell and do what we did with him, like we did with Melo, to where we get him, sign him, after the All Star break or whatever, and then keep him permanently, and then sign OG. Oof. Even if it's for 2, 3 years and you let it work, it's still productive. And everybody would have got rid of your draft picks. You would have won a championship. And then for all you care, now you want to use your draft picks to start building, you can because you won a championship. That's why I tell everyone, I feel it's okay to trade your draft picks if you're more productive in the end. If the Knicks get to the Eastern Conference Final and they traded away all their draft picks, I'm not happy with that. But if the Knicks get to the finals and trade away 5, maybe 6 of their draft picks, I'm okay with that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because we ain't been there in a minute. And at some point, you're going to have to just be like, yo, all in, because every team does it. So if we're the top 4 seed, if we're the top 4 team or top 5 team, I mean, we're fifth now, but because Cleveland's been on like a 7-game winning streak. But if we can get into that top 4 area and we're good and we're running and we make the playoffs and we got Donovan Mitchell, come on, man. You can't tell me next year everybody's not going to have the Knicks as one of the top 4 teams. To where now it's going to be no longer just Embiid and Bucks, and no, it's going to be Knicks, Bucks, 76ers, and Boston. It's going to be everybody's going to look at Boston and be like, well, Boston had 6 years with Tatum and they never done it. Now we're going to start looking at the Knicks. But again, like I said, this is all speculation if we get Donovan Mitchell, because like I said, the one reason why I like him is his energy. I've seen him dive after balls in the first quarter. I'm like, what are you doing? It's the first quarter. You're diving after a loose ball. and then I see him do it in the fourth, and he actually ended up winning the game by making those 2 plays. Like this guy's IQ is amazing. And everyone says we need a facilitator, ball handler. Just go for Mitchell. Just stop it with the mind games and just go for Mitchell. Because Murray's gone, and your next best option at the 2, as far as a combo guard, is Mitchell. Plus, I think Mitchell's defense is better than Murray's. But then again, Murray was asked to do something different in Atlanta than Mitchell was to do in Cleveland.
But who we giving up for Mitchell, man? That's what my only argument.
I'll say it again. I would my first thing would be going after Mitchell. Grimes, Fournier.
No, but I
2
said, who
first-round
are
draft
we
picks.
giving up for Mitchell?
Grimes, Fournier, 2 first-round draft picks. If they say no, then I give them a 3rd and a 2nd, and that's it.
No.
Yep.
No.
Because if you get a championship, this year or next year, would it not be worth it?
We cannot afford to get Mitchell right now.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah.
How are we not able to afford to get a player that at the end of the season is gonna test free agency?
Not this season, next season.
I thought he was looking for the extension this season, so he doesn't have to test free agency. Oh, it's next season. My apologies.
It's the season after.
My apologies.
Yeah.
I thought it was this season. My fault.
Yeah, and you don't want to wait. You don't want to wait that long. You don't want to wait.
Yeah, because then the money goes up.
Yeah. No,
So if we get him
it's
now-
not about the money. Is you just have less years. That man 29. It's not like you got him at age 24.
That is true. That is true.
Yeah, man.
I forgot about that too.
I see Keyshawn Rand. Keyshawn came up here. Hey, Keyshawn, your Packers suck, bro. Just for the record.
Like your Bears are any better, Freezie?
They got first-round draft
but
picks.
we're in a better
And they got
position,
Fields.
though.
Fields.
We suck and we have draft picks. And I know Mets is not a fan of draft picks and all that stuff, but the Bears have a bunch of draft picks that
Only
we can set our
because
future
David
with.
Pepper is an idiot.
All right. I'm just saying the Bears sucked. They were 7-10. Yo, hey, coach, I put the link in the chat, man. What's going on, man? My guy was doing. Yo, Cowboy Bob,
Yeah,
you
I'm
were
still
doing
here. I told him to come on.
Yeah, you were doing an excellent job, bro. Moderating.
Thank you.
But you got to let people talk sometimes, though, bro. You can't. You wouldn't even.
Roger
He
Dodger.
wasn't even letting Keyshawn talk. Keyshawn was like, nah, hey, man, you were great, though. Keyshawn ran. He know his Packers suck. You know what I'm saying? That's why he was. That's how he ran. Because he knew it was about time for me to show up and call him out about his Packers. But in terms of the Knicks, though, at the trade deadline, bro, you got to be active. And the reason why you acquire draft picks and players and all that stuff is not necessarily for what they provide on the court. The reason why you have 8 draft picks over the next 5 years is not because you want to bring in 8 players, because either you want to take those draft picks and put them together and trade up in the draft, or you want to take those draft picks and put them together and trade for a player. It's all about asset management. Like the Bobby Boucher coach one time said the only thing better than a steak dinner is 2 steak dinners. Anybody ever saw that movie, The Waterboy?
Yeah, my brother has.
I love that movie, bro. I love that movie. And I saw a Bobby Boucher jersey on eBay. I saw the Bobby Boucher jersey on Amazon next to the Forrest Gump hat, the something shrimp, the Bubba Gump shrimp.
Yeah.
I saw the hat, and I was gonna buy the hat. And then I was gonna get the hat and just wear it on the thing and see if y'all would get the gag. And then I saw the Bobby Boucher jersey. Yeah, man.
And I got to me a wooden spoon.
Yeah, man. I love that. It sound like y'all are all tuck it out, man. Y'all ready to, you know what I'm saying? Y'all ready to cut it, man, and move on? Yeah, you know what? I do that because I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna jump back on. In a little while anyway. So
tonight against Brooklyn.
Yeah. Tomorrow against Brooklyn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you everybody for rocking. Cowboy Bob, you did a great job, man.
Thank you. Go New York. Go New York. Go.
Hey,
Thank you, chat.
thank y'all for rocking. State of the New York Knicks podcast. You probably somewhere listening in your car. You're a wild boy, State. Thank y'all for watching, y'all.